Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for December 10th, 2025, the 324th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Eileen Higgins clinched a victory in Miami's mayoral runoff election, according to multiple reports, marking the first Democrat to win the office in almost 30 years and the first woman ever elected mayor in the city. Higgins vows to serve Miami with integrity and hard work. Sometimes the best man for the job is a woman. Transportation Secretary Sean P. Duffy urged travelers to dress more respectfully at airports. Duffy's call for travelers to, quote, dress a little better, close quote, at airports has been met with overwhelming mockery. Duffy wrote, quote, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave all a little better, close quote. The dominant reaction across social media and news outlets has been frustration, humor, and ridicule. Duffy is concerned about how we dress, meanwhile his emperor has no clothes. Federal Judge Paul A. Engelmeyer on Tuesday granted the Justice Department's request to publicly release grand jury transcripts and other material from Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking case, citing a new law that requires the government to open its files on Jeffrey Epstein and his longtime confidant. But Engelmeyer cautioned that people shouldn't expect to learn much new information from them. So Epstein's and Maxwell's clients remain more anonymous than AA members and way more drunk on their power. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for December 10th, 2025, the 325th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
We got a cup of coffee in here, please.
Get that back with the northern to me. Mama need
Oh, stop talking. Stop talking.
Oh. See? I was not talking. Actually, I was verbalizing. That's without verbs. By the way, action is not a noun.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
All right. I'm blabbing.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
But he can't get the lights right.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Oh. That's all I'm just gonna say. It's the O show. If you're looking for the X show, it's in a different square. It's not Ojo. That's so. TikTok. TikTok on TikTok. Yo. If you think I'm drunk, you're right. No, good morning, folks. It is Wednesday, right? Am I right? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it probably is. It's Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. And I got nothing. It's just the same old day. First of all, we're going to talk about dyslexia again. It's like, how many dyslexia guests can we have? Like, maybe, to be fair, maybe we need to learn the dyslexia stuff over and over again because maybe we're a little dyslexic. I don't know. Is it that big a problem? I think I got dyslexia or I got dyslexic. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. But Frank Joseph, who was going to talk about the South Side of Chicago and all the nasty stuff that goes on down there. He's not going to be here today. He's needed to reschedule. Apparently, he read the invitation backwards because he's a little dyslexic. Now, this is not funny. Don't make jokes about people with dyslexia. I think I've got dyslexia, and is it really a big deal? Anyway, well, first hour we're gonna have Russell Van Brocklin, not Brooklyn, Brocklin, right? Brooklyn. And he's going to talk about dyslexia, and like I guess he's got a new thing for just read slow. You know what? I think dyslexia is probably just fast brain. Your brain is working too fast, the letters and all. It doesn't matter. I get the idea. Blah, blah, blah. Am I wrong? I don't know because I don't know anything. I do feel a little drunk, and I haven't drank it. I haven't drank a drop or drip to drink. But you know what? A lack of sleep will fuck you up. It will fuck you up. And so I was busy taking a little survey this morning, political survey. I said, what do you think needs to happen to set America on the right track? Is he dead yet? That's all I got to say. Is he dead yet? And I think we're all waiting for the party. Well, not all. I mean, Russ White. Oh, no, I love Trump. Don't say bad Trump. But what about Biden? What about Biden? Biden's sleeping prostate cancer somewhere. Sleeping with... I'm not. Is this a good opening to a show? I don't think so. I'm just stalling here because I'm wasting time. Because I don't really want to hear from anybody. I don't want to... I just want to go back to bed. Anyway, the Daily High Club, you could go there. You could buy some weed. Fake weed. You can get a bong. Anybody really care about any of this nonsense? No. Oh, look. People are bailing like crazy over there. Radio numbers. What did I say? Trump and... I don't know. People are saying better than Lincoln, better than Washington, best 10 months ever. For who? The farmers. That's who. Because the farmers are getting $12 billion each. Not each. By the way, socialism, they hate socialism. But give me a bucket of money. Now, here's the deal. I owe one of the farmers a nickel now. In case you're not keeping score at home. Donald Trump put tariffs on China, who didn't buy soybeans from us, but bought it from wherever, went to another country. Then we gave $48 billion to Guatemala. That's what's a country I just made up. Whatever, he's giving money to other countries, and our farmers are like, hey, we're starving over here. Oh, I tell you what, we're going to fix the problem by giving you $12 billion, come from the tariffs. Well, the tariffs don't come from other countries. They come from us, even including the farmers. They're paying the tariff. This is socialism. The MAGA socialism is fine. Socialism bad, except when it's our socialism and we get more money. And now, the farmers get subsidies every year since 1933. Yeah, but this is on top of that. And this is to fix a problem that Trump created. And it's not really fixing it. It's just hiding the fact that he fucked up. He's just trying to... if you love Donald Trump, there is something deeply wrong with you. And you talk about TDS. You fucking people who just will bend over backwards, stick your head up your own ass to apologize for this guy's failures, complete failures. So in that case, you might want to go to Daily High Club. Because I know I do now. The wife's not home today, so I might actually try to take a puff inside the house because it's fucking freezing out. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this about the world, but it gets cold in the winter. By the way, I got to say this because I'm not going to rage tweet it, but I really wanted to rage tweet it. If you got 5 fucking kids you never attempted to even try to support, and then you put a GoFundMe out. So I can live I want to go to Kill Tony again, where I'll be discovered for what a fucking great. You're fucking 60 years old, well, 50 years old, and you never made a dent, and you refuse to do the work, but you want a handout. I want to go, please. I don't want to pay for my starving fucking kids. I'm getting a little angry now. I think maybe the fucking kids thing might have given away that I'm getting a little angry now. Anyway, you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but you don't know what I'm talking about. Go fund me. Go fund yourself, you fucking selfish fat fuck. I'm sorry. I'll be better after I calm down.
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
It's caffeine. Speaking of selfish fat fucks, we forgot to lock the door. DD, you forgot to lock the door. What happened? You let this selfish fat fuck. Where's my bag of money, you selfish fat fuck? With me this morning. I'm sorry. It's the coffee. The fabulous and lovely Stephen, the selfish fat fuck Ortiz. And also with me.
You must be dyslexic.
I'm sorry. Also with me is I don't want to hear what you have to say with no headphones on. GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com.
Can't hear him.
Order your 2026 Mind Dog quote for the day calendar. Today's quote for the day is, "You can knock some sense into me, but I'd rather have dollars." Go to MindDogTV.com/merch and make some more investments, for the kids. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering.
See, you should be thinking about the kids. You shouldn't be thinking about yourself. You think about the 5 kids. Daddy, we're hungry, but I gotta get out, Kill Tony. I'm sorry.
Okay, hear me out. This is what pisses me off. All right, you are an able-bodied person. You're an able-bodied person.
Would you?
I am.
Okay,
No, I'm not.
I'm sorry. I got to stop this. Okay, first of all, for the sake of clarity, because there are people in the audience on the radio, the 3 that stayed after the mass migration away from us, the 3 that stayed, Matt called someone a selfish fat fuck, and then Steven comes in, he calls him a selfish fat fuck, and then but he doesn't distinguish.
I'm sorry, did I exclude you? You can be a selfish fat fuck.
There's 2 separate selfish fat fucks that Matt is referring to.
No, and there's more than that.
Steven is not the one asking for the GoFundMe to go to have an overnight sensation or overnight success in a town in Texas.
Yeah, Steven never had 5 kids he refused to support. So
I don't know.
No.
I mean,
no.
See,
see, here's
3
the
kids
thing.
he refused to support, but
no, I have 1 kid that I take care of fully, and then instead of begging for money to go to Kill Tony, I got a real job, and I'm going to use my vacation time, save up some money from my paychecks, and I'm going to go to Kill Tony, and I'm going to do it the right.
Whoa! You can't go to Kill Tony. That's right. You can't go to Kill Tony. That is premeditated murder. Okay.
That's right.
Right now, if you just happen to be in Texas and you accidentally kill him, then it's only manslaughter.
You're right. Okay, so I'm gonna go visit Tony, and while I'm, and then maybe get on the show, maybe see if I get a little bit of a bump in my appeal to the general public, but see what happens.
Yeah. There you go. See, that's all I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know. You know, but I need to be discovered. I'm only 55 years old, and people just refuse to see my genius. I'm sorry. I got to let this go. I should have. See, why did I block Kelly long ago? Because I don't need to see that. If I would be so much better if I didn't see that. Anyway.
Yeah, here's my issue is I blocked Kelly and I blocked I blocked the flower shop robber, and then I blocked his wife, but people keep sharing his shit in some of the groups, and it's still leaking through like a really bad oil leak.
Yeah.
Bad. Every time I see it, I just gag a little, but like
So
that's funny because I see it and I go, okay, doesn't
well, no,
concern
here's the
me,
thing, man.
and I move on.
Pursue your dreams, but you have a responsibility in life to take care of people you made, and
Right.
and you know, and you're just begging for money when you could go get a job. If you can stand there and you can sit in front of a camera and you can sing like a retard, then you can sit on the phone at home and make and be a telemarketer, or you can be a something. You could make money. There's no excuse. I'm a fat guy in a wheelchair. I could be sitting at home making disability, but no. Instead, I went out and got a job to pursue my dreams. So
listen, there's a lot of people who are doing GoFundMe's for pipe dream careers. I don't give a fuck about. But when I know somebody who's taking money from me and that was meant to help support his family and use it for his fat fucking selfish self, and then fucking refuses to even try to support 5 kids who now, you know. Whose burden is that? Whose burden are these fucking kids? You do what you want with your fucking selfish ass life and your pipe dreams and your delusions of grandeur and whatever you have. But when you're fucking refusing to support your children and it's falling on society, it's falling on your wife, it's falling on other people. But I need to, fuck you. It pisses me off. I'm sorry.
But he's not even thinking about the other thing, though. Let's say you do get famous. You really think when you get famous and that microscope gets put on you, they're not going to see that you're a deadbeat dad?
Yeah.
Well, like, it's not going to go good for you either way, man. Do it the right way.
Yeah. So Russell Van Brocken came in and left. So
he left right. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but he left right after Steven said, "Singing like a retard."
No, it was several seconds before the retard comment. I actually had a retard. I have a retard stopwatch here, and it was like
no, you have a retarded stopwatch. He left right after Steven said it.
So how about this for an idea, just to change the subject a little bit? Speaking of retards,
you have a check. You're gonna sign that check over and donate it to a GoFundMe page.
Yes, no, that's not a bad idea. But no, hear me out. Okay, all right, that's good. No, what if I went to one of these check places, cashing places that they have for poor people, where they charge you like 15% of your check or whatever.
Right.
What if I went to there and just cash this sucker?
Here's what we tell people: if you get a check and you don't want it to be attached to your account because you're nervous about it, take it to Walmart. For $3, they'll cash it if it's real.
Wow. You know what? But I can't imagine Walmart coming up with $38,000. There you go. Wait a minute. What are you?
That's. Nope. Yeah, that might be a little bit outside their cash out limits. So
I'm even thinking that some of these check cashing places might go. Whoa! What are we gonna do?
Honestly, Matt, most banks, if you took that to most banks, they'd have a hard time giving you that in cash.
Yeah.
And with that kind of,
they're only required to have a certain percentage of money on cash, and I think that percentage is 10% of whatever Steven has in his pocket at the time.
Then nothing. But no, because 38,000. I mean, yeah, most banks wouldn't be able to give you that in full cash on the same day.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna.
Well, what you do, Matt? Take it to the bank, cash it, but have them give it back to you as a cashier's check.
I still hear my professional advice would be take it to your bank, let them have their client protection services investigate the check, and if it's real, they'll deposit it in your account. And if it's fake, then they'll let you know, and then they'll dispose of it, and then
But
they'll,
Stephen, what if
take
it's a
action.
real check from a real account, but the money is fraudulently obtained? In other words, let's say somebody stole the information, printed up their own checks or whatever.
They have ways of finding all that out.
What are they gonna do? Stick electrodes on your nipples to see what you say?
No. There's when it comes to checks,
I was hoping that's what they do.
when it comes to checks and that check looks printed, not handwritten, that means there was a system that printed it and it was submitted somewhere, and that means the bank that it was issued from also has a copy of it. Should have a copy of it if it's real. So if it's real, it should be, all that information should be available on the issuing bank. So when your bank investigates it, they should get all that information back. And if it's legitimate, you should be safe. If it's not, they'll know, and then they'll save you from any hassle, but then also they'll investigate it and could potentially shut that down.
The signature, I don't know what the signature is, but I didn't even approach this company that it's actually written from, because it's not written from Wholesome in Switzerland, the people who said they were sending it with me, and have different people checking with me. Did you get the check? Did you deposit the check? It's written from a company called Bonneville Builders, somewhere in
What's the banking? What's the routing number?
No.
What's the routing number?
Routing number is 36453127598.
Slow down. Whoa. 360.
I was just rattling off numbers.
I don't have to. Okay.
If you want to, Matt, you can send me a picture of that check, and I can also check it out. Because there's a few identifying things that it may on every real check that I could look for.
All right.
Oh, you mean like numbers?
No, there's the MICR, there's the issue date, and then there's some security features that are on checks. So
there's these people that they make their life out of, like, exposing scammers online, and that's all I really care about with this thing. I just hate fucking scammers.
Well,
and
it's a scam. You know it's a scam because you got a similar email like a couple of days later saying you want to meet on Zoom, but no faces, no cameras, no recording.
Well, I did approach.
Your resume is great.
Hold on, I did write to Indeed about this, and they wrote back saying this is a current model for pre-interviews. So this, just because they're doing the thing on Zoom with the text only does not mean it's a scam. But the rest of it, certainly, I'm like 99.999999999% sure this is a scam. But I do have that little lingering doubt because they wanted me to buy equipment with this from a representative dealer that they work with.
But see, that's where it really hits me as fishy. Because when I got approached about doing a corporate gig, they were like, "We have a driver service, but we have to send you some extra money to send it to him through Cash App because we don't deal with him directly." And I was like, what? And when I received the check, able to
Did
look
you
at
actually go, what?
What? Yeah.
What? All right. Our guest is back. He bounced, but he's bounced back.
And he's giving us a wave. And he's talking to us. We can't hear you yet, Russell, until you pop up here.
We'll bring him in right now. Hold on. Russell Van Brocken. Russell Van Brocken is the dyslexia professor, shifting daily reading frustrations into confident academic wins for students facing dyslexia. And I'm getting a phone call, and that's just rude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Russell Van Brocken. Russell, welcome. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. What happened? Did we say something to offend you? You were there?
No. I just thought you were in the middle of a show. That happens to me sometimes, and I just didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, no. We're never in the middle of a show here. Anyway, we've talked about dyslexia a lot on this program. I don't know. It seems to be a very popular topic. And my curiosity this morning is it really that big a deal? First of all, let me just start by saying I'm one of these people who self-diagnosed myself with some degree of dyslexia. And I don't feel like it's messed up my life that much. I mean, it's frustrating when I find myself typing things that, wait, what the hell? Or I read things and I have to read it again. but frustrating. But it's not like the end of the world. So the question I have is it that big a deal? Is it a big deal?
Well, the fact that I'm just going to give you New York State numbers. We spend about an extra 20 grand a year on dyslexic kids in public school. We're talking billions of dollars just in New York State. And we're passing our state reading and writing assessments at around 10%, plus or minus a couple of points from around 50% overall. So, yeah, it's a real big deal.
All right. Yeah, and that money could be going to like GoFundMe's to send people to go on Kill Tony or something. So, all right. So the money part of it is a big deal, but for the kid, maybe I'm just because I'm not really diagnosed. I'm self-diagnosing myself with this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it hasn't been like big an issue for me. I got through life fine with it.
Let's go and run a few tests and see where you are. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, let's start off with your speciality. What are you really good at? What do you love doing? What's the number one thing?
Jesus. I would say, I don't know. I'm not good at anything.
Matt,
what do you really like doing? What are you good at? Just one thing. Doesn't matter what it is.
I'm good, sort of okay at like a lot of things, like guitar playing, piano playing, drumming, art, visual art. I'm okay, but not. I would hate to say good. It sounds like
okay. Well, let's just take guitar playing. When you're thinking about playing the guitar, do you ever have ideas flying around your head at light speed, but key question, little to no organization?
Yes, and I think I know where you're going with this, and I don't mean to jump, but yes, absolutely. But I said earlier on, I think it's just a matter of slowing down. The thoughts are faster than the output, right?
Right? Yeah. So that's the first question. Here's the next one. When you're thinking about writing about guitar playing, fingers, keyboard. The idea's in your head. You take your fingers, you put it on the keyboard. Does the idea then fly out of your head, leaving you an empty brain? Is that with you or not really?
Yes, that's absolutely me. And also my fingers, I'm not a typist, but I'm a keyboard player. And for some reason, I'm just like keyboarding away. And then like, wait a minute, you pressed all wrong buttons. Like you're trying to make music here instead of actually knowing where the keys are. So I slow down and do this.
Yeah, do you find it kind of weird that I knew that about you?
No, because that's what you do.
Well, here's the thing. What that just told me, yeah, you're dyslexic.
All right. But again, I mean, yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
How is that different from like ADHD or ADD?
Because ADD and ADHD would have said yes to the first question, no to the second.
Gotcha.
Right.
The treatment for it is very similar. Now, if you want to know what's going on, this is the top book in my field. It's Overcoming Dyslexia by Sally Shaywitz from Yale. All right. This is dyslexia. Do you see how the back part of the normal brain has this massive neural activity?
Yes.
Now let's go and look at the back part of the dyslexic brain. Do you see how there's essentially nothing going on?
Yeah.
Now, do you see how the front part of the dyslexic brain is about 2.5 times overactive?
Yes.
That's it.
So,
once you understand that, now we can deal with this effectively. But that's the science everybody misses.
Well, so if you take an eraser and erase that blot, then they wouldn't be dyslexic anymore?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's already erased. There's nothing going on there. What you're looking at is.
Do I have? No, I'm sorry. I just put the link in the description to your 3 Reasons ebook, and it looks like there's a typo in there. But when I click, because it says MailChimp.mp, it should be MailChimp, right? But for some reason, it works. The link works. It's in the description like that, and it works. So never mind. That's it.
Yeah, they probably did that to just add more variations.
Or maybe a dyslexic guy typed it.
Well, when you look at dyslexia, it's when you're asked if it's a big deal. I went through college with a first grade reading and writing level. All right. Yeah, I didn't learn to read and write until law school.
Wow.
Now, were you considered a functional illiterate then in that regards? I know my brother was a functional illiterate, but he was not dyslexic. He did not have that problem.
Well, all I remember doing going through school is I had to go and remember everything that they said in a lecture. And I found a way to force my brain to up my reading level for exams that was very uncomfortable. And I ended up doing oral presentations instead of written work. And that's just how I got through it.
Now, I did oral presentations also, but the teacher said I had too much teeth action. So I guess that's different. But actually, I do have a question about your website. I went to the site, and on the first page of your website, it says, let me go here. Let me load it up quick. It says at the bottom, hear from other parents just like you, but it's spelled Here. Now, is that a nod to dyslexia, or
that just might be a word?
Let's just call it a dyslectic moment. People love communicating in writing. What I do is I show other dyslectics how to do it a lot better, but I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, TD's one of these guys who just looks for things to just be negative about. Look at him being all
like
negative.
My wife. I don't look for things. My brain is wired to find patterns that don't make sense.
Oh, all right.
I find patterns. I don't look for them. They stick out to me. Like if you were walking across the field and all of a sudden an elephant walked by, you'd go, "Fuck! There's an elephant in the middle of the road." I would notice the elephant and probably the flea that was on the elephant, and then maybe the mite that was on the flea that was on the elephant.
Not that the elephant was taking up both lanes. We said in the middle of the road. Why can't he just stick to a lane?
He doesn't have a license. He can't read. He doesn't forget either. He has not forgotten that he can't read, but he can't read, so he doesn't have a license.
All right. Now, Russell, coming back to that diagram you showed me with the brains there. So, what is you're not talking about, like, how do you change the brain function? How you said now we can deal with it, but what does that mean? It's not like brain surgery or what?
No, it's really simple. My entire field is trying to get the back part of the brain more active. And I looked at it and said, that's ridiculous. The front part of the brain's 2.5 times overactive. Why don't we use that? So according to Yale, that deals with 2 areas, articulation followed by word analysis. So the first program I did, I said, okay, articulation, where's that test measurement? And I chose the Graduate Records Exam Analytical Writing Assessment. That's the test for going into grad school. And I got funding from the New York State Senate after years of prep work. This was about 20 years ago. And in a public school, we took these kids from the we took high school juniors and seniors that were highly motivated, highly intelligent. They had middle school writing skills, 1 class period a day for the school year. They ended up writing average of entering graduate students. They all went on to college. They all graduated grades of 2.5 to 3.6. Cost the state under $900 a kid. And that's how I got started with it.
Wow. So now is it important to start dealing with this like a very young age, or so instead of being for the parents, somebody who knows they have dyslexia and there's an adult can also start to deal with it and rectify the problem?
Well, if you want to talk about finances, you're a homeowner, you pay property taxes, school taxes?
Oh, yeah. My property taxes it's sky high, yes.
Well, let me explain why they're sky high. If you are a school and if you want to do something basically competent, because a federal judge said after ordering a $75,000 a year remediation, it's going to last about 4 to 5 years, he said they called what the school did gross negligence. That's a federal judge. If you would bother contacting these people, just contact them. Just Google Yale dyslexia and then say, we got a bunch of kids in kindergarten. How do we test them for dyslexia? It's like $40, $50. The teacher can do it. It's like 90+% accurate. Okay, now you find they're dyslexic. All right. Now they have all these programs, federally funded, like $1 million a piece. Pick ones you want. By the end of third grade, the kid will be passing their reading test or be close to it. Why is that important? K through 3, we learn to read. Fourth and above, we read to learn. If you don't do that, then the remediation is to send the kid to a $75,000 a year private school for 4 to 5 years. Or you could do it cheap in kindergarten.
Wow. Wow.
It's a huge difference. The other thing is that if by third grade these things haven't been sorted out, then the child has a higher chance of winding up being in the criminal system.
Oh, absolutely. But it all comes down to that third grade test. And to be effective, you really have to start dressing in kindergarten or beginning first grade. At the end of third grade, that's the determination. Now, I looked at that and said, there's got to be a better way than taking these kids and saying we got to spend $75K a year for 4 to 5 years. So I again looked over to the front part of the brain and I was like, okay, we did the elite high school kids. What do we do about everybody else? So the solution to that was real simple. Let's go back to the science again.
All right.
We're not going to deal with this because we got nothing here. Okay, so what we got to do is we got to move from this to this. We got to go from the back part of the brain to the front part of the brain. All right.
So you're basically talking about re-educating the brain to use a different function, a different lobe for something. Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. I want you to imagine we got Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player who ever lived.
After me.
All right.
He never faced me, but okay, never mind.
Why don't we give Michael Jordan a basketball instead of a hockey stick? All right. He probably would have been an okay hockey player, not to grind on him, but he tried baseball and he was all right. Give him a basketball, he's the best ever. All right. It's even more severe with dyslexics because our school system, K through a lot of college, deals with the back part of the brain. We got virtually nothing going on back there. So they have done some experiments where they've increased the neuroactivity back here. Get you a couple of grade levels, but if you're 5 grade levels behind and now you're 3, so what? So if we move to the front part where you're good, it makes things so much easier. So when I looked at that, we started off with articulation followed by word analysis. So I said we got to flip that to word analysis followed by articulation. And this works great for ADD kids, and dyslexics. So would you like me to walk you through how you do that?
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of walking, but I'd like to find out.
What's that?
I'm not a huge fan of walking, but I'd like to find out.
Okay.
He's stuck in a chair, and because GD broke his back as a young baby. So.
Okay. Sorry about that. So
I want that's your fault unless you broke his back.
Yeah, so, no, you're fine.
So going back, you said that we know you're dyslexic. Now I want you to think back to when you were like 10. How was your writing?
What do you mean? Like my manual script?
No, I mean, could you write basic sentences, or was it essentially essentially randomly placed misspelled words?
No, yeah, man. I wrote complete sentences, but then when I look back at it, like just sometimes backwards, like get the E and A backwards a lot, that kind of stuff in words. So.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to fix that. So I think back when you were 10. What did your teachers, what did your friends call you for your name?
Oh, asshole.
That's
I can't use that one.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
How about asswipe? They called them that also. No.
Well, they also called them oops.
You know what? If I was in trouble, people would call me by my full name, but most of the time they just call me Matt.
Matt. Okay, Matt. So, Matt, when you were 10, what was your specialty? What you're really good at? What did you like doing when you were 10?
Well, writing. I was inspired by writing. I used to write essays all the time. I started writing song lyrics at 7, And I've always, people call me the word man, and somebody stole that from Eddie and the Cruisers or whatever. But I got a lot of that, oh, you should be a writer, and encouraged to go into journalism and all this stuff, because that's what I was doing a lot of. I was also playing banjo a lot.
Okay, so to start off for the first example, because you're a bit more advanced than a lot of students that I typically hear of. Typically what happens is in elementary school, and this is the biggest thing that your listeners are going to deal with. Their kids are writing what appear to be randomly placed misspelled words. They don't even know where to begin. The teachers don't know where. So I'm going to give you my standard example.
Wait, explain to me before you do. Like, what do you mean by randomly placed?
In other words, I want you to imagine if you were completely drunk, okay, and then you tried writing, and the words looked like they were all over the place, and they're completely misspelled. There's no coherence. There's nothing.
Yeah. Did you hear the monologue this morning? Because that was that. But okay, I'm clear now.
Yeah, that's what they don't know what to do. So I'm going to give you my standard example. The girl's name is Sarah. She was 10 years old in 5th grade. All right. She's writing essentially randomly placed misspelled words. Her favorite thing in the world is swimming. She's on the swim team, loves it like crazy. So what we do is we have you type out on a laptop computer, not an iPhone, not an iPad, certainly not handwriting. You're going to type out hero +, what are we talking about? Because what we're going to do is we're going to draw things from the back part of the brain to the front part using word analysis followed by articulation. I flipped it from what Yale said. We do word analysis first, then articulation, and then things start to work. So we're pulling it forward. All right. So you type out hero +, what are we talking about? Then you have Sarah copy that. Okay. Then what you do is you're going to swap out hero for Sarah's name. So now we got Sarah +, what are we talking about? Then you're going to go up to a list where you have 10 things that the kid really, really likes, 10 things the kid really, really hates, and you're going to pull out the first thing, which for her is swimming. So we got Sarah +, what are we talking about? Then we're going to swap out what are we talking about for swimming? Sarah + swimming. See how we got there?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try to fool you with the simplest questions ever. If you follow it exactly, it'll work. If not, it won't work. And most people have an epiphany on what dyslexia really is. Do you think I can fool you?
Probably. I'm
okay.
I'm a dog.
Well, let's go and try to run this through. Remember, you're a writer, so try to follow this exactly. Sarah + swimming. We got to replace the + with a word. Here's my question. Does Sarah like or dislike swimming?
Like.
Okay, you passed it. Very good. Now replace the + with like. What's the 3-word sentence?
Sarah likes swimming.
You screwed up.
I did?
Yes.
Where did I screw up?
Okay, remember I asked if Sarah like or dislike swimming. You said?
Likes.
No, you said like, and that was correct. Then I said replace that with the +, and what's the sentence?
Oh, Sarah +. Sarah
nope. We're replacing the + with the word like. So what's the 3-word sentence?
Sarah likes swimming.
No, you see, you screwed it up again.
What am I doing? Steven, you get what I'm doing?
You did what every educated person does.
Oh.
You automatically added the S.
Sarah
likes. Oh, Sarah likes swimming. Like swimming. Because the S has the. So I think
Sarah,
I said
see
that.
Sometimes the S from the Sarah, the S from the Sarah, if you don't put enough.
No. We're talking about.
Let's say bowling. Sarah like bowling.
Yeah. What you did is you automatically added the S to like, and Sarah's dyslexic. She doesn't know how to do that.
Right, but I'm not sure I did that because I think I did say like, but the swimming, I'm from Brooklyn, Brooklyn. You should know Brooklyn.
Hey, I'm 150 miles north of it. No, but what you did is I asked you, does Sarah like swim? You said Sarah likes swimming. I'm sorry, you said like. That's correct. But when you added it to the sentence, you automatically added the S to make it grammatically correct.
I'm not sure I did that though, because Sarah, swimming starts with S, and I might have been already on that S because Brooklyn. I think if kind of compress
Matt, I think if you,
I hear your point.
I think if you played back the tape, I think you did say likes swimming. It was a definite space there between likes and swimming.
Yeah, it might be, but I think basic again, it's cultural Brooklyn stuff. We slur words together. Again, if it was bowling, I would say Sarah liked bowling. It's
I
easy.
blame Russell for picking the name Sarah.
Well,
Sarah Sarah like sex.
I mean, for picking swimming.
Where's Sarah? I gotta find Sarah.
Well, the thing is, Sarah. The thing is, how do you get this dyslexic kid to add an S? Now we're talking about you're down in New York City, so I'm just going to give you how they do it in New York City.
All right.
The Upper East Side, there's a school called the Windward School. They are 98% successful. They take kids in from where they came from, work with them for 4 to 5 years, send them back, and they're as educated as any place in the world at $75,000 a year. That's how long it takes because they're using a multi-sensory see it, touch it, hear it approach. I'm going to show you now how to avoid all that stuff and just get her to add the S.
Okay.
So here's what you do. You ask Sarah to read what she wrote out loud. All right. And she does that. And she says, Sarah likes swimming. Then I say, Sarah, does that sound generally correct? And she says, no. Then you say, Sarah, fix it. Sarah likes swimming. You practice that with 10 likes and then 10 dislikes. Then she's got it down. Do you see how like and dislike are a really simple form of word analysis?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now we got to go because and reason one. Do you see how the reasons are a simple form of articulation?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're pulling it from the back of the brain to the front of the brain. So most people say Sarah likes swimming because it's fun. Now you look at that, you have a whole bunch of misspelled words. People have no idea how to do this. It's so expensive to fix. Well, here's an easy way to do it. You tell Sarah to drop the period, read it out loud. Does it sound generally correct? No. Then fix it until it does, because we're getting rid of the massive grammatical mistakes. The teachers can deal with the simple to moderate ones. They have trouble with the massive ones. That fixes that. And then you tell Sarah each time she retypes, if there's any misspelled word, she has to retype it. So sometimes between 3 and 13 times, she's going to keep retyping until it's fixed. Each time she's thinking, I'm not going to make that mistake. She keeps making it until eventually it's correct. All right. And then she's concentrating harder and harder until she gets it right. That's where the magic happens. So then what you're doing is it's 10 likes and 10 dislikes, reason one until everything's spelled correct, reason one and reason two until everything's spelled correct, reason one, reason two, and reason three until everything's spelled correct. What you have just done is you've taken her writing skills from probably around the first grade, kindergarten level to the end of second, beginning third grade. And her reading, here's the key thing. If you can write it, you can read it. Again, if you can write it, you can read it. And that's just how you really get things started.
Wow.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So dyslexia, I would imagine, is this a genetic thing?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a genetic thing. So is this something that could potentially be identified before a child is born? The reason I ask is because if this takes a lot of work to get resources set up, if you know you're going to be having a child that's going to be dyslexic, you can start checking out and getting those resources started. And then my second part of that question is, if it's genetic, is that something that could potentially be addressed with CRISPR technology to potentially fix that genetically before the child's born?
I don't go into that area, but actually, once you get out of college and into grad school, it's a huge advantage. Let me give you an example. How many of you have ever watched Shark Tank?
For 10
I've
seconds.
seen it once or twice.
Okay. There are 6 sharks. How many do you think are dyslexic?
Oh, I didn't know.
Probably most of them, because they're mostly autistic too. So,
well, half. Barbara, Damien, and Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful.
So let me tell you what dyslexic means when you go to grad school. I walked into law school and with a first grade reading and writing level, and then I just launched. I just overcame things really quickly. My second day of contracts, I got called on. What they do is they use the Socratic method. They will ask you questions to embarrass the hell out of you until you eventually adopt. That didn't happen to me.
Wow.
I got called on. He asked me questions. We go on for a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm responding as his equal, not as a student. I solved everything in that time period. He said, at the end of the 15 minutes, Russell, you couldn't be any more correct. I have to move on to the next case in the interest of time. All right. Anytime he called on me after that, I responded as his equal, not as a student. The rest of the students, they even today, after they've been practicing for decades, they can't do that. It's an obscene, huge advantage once you're in grad school.
All right. I think Stephen was trying to plug my book. It was called Encyclopedia Britannica for Fetus. And we would, because how could you diagnose a reading issue?
Well, because if it's a genetic thing and it has a genetic marker, and if it's so, that would mean with DNA testing of the fetus, you could potentially spot that in the testing and have a game plan ready for when the kid's born, just like any other disability.
Is there that genetic marker?
Well, that's why I was asking if it was genetic.
To be honest with you,
I ask it that way because then Sarah would have understood and she wouldn't be swimming right now.
Well,
right,
to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I just when it comes to stuff like that, I would just contact Yale. I deal specifically with the problem after fourth grade, so you don't have to go and spend $75,000 a kid. If you want to know what the other parts is, the next thing, if you want to know how screwed up the system is, when I started doing this, I couldn't get the kids to do anything. And then I went back and looked at what I did in law school. Like, okay, I love that area. I asked other dyslexic professors, and they did really well in grad school and sucked before that. So I said, okay, what is it? And that's where I came up with that idea for a speciality. So when you look at that, you got to find out what the kid's interested in, and especially for kids that are ADHD, this is everything. So, for example, one of my more unusual cases, the kid's 13. He's really into chemistry videos. And he said, this is designed for kids like me. I looked at the video. I said, no, it's designed for college juniors. It was a video on how to take, I'm not joking, paint thinner and turn it into, how to turn into cherry soda. That's what got him interested. So I had a written document created on that video, a grade level above where he was supposed to be. And we focused on that, and he was laser focused. The next thing is, that's during the intervention period. The next thing is, and you'll probably notice about this. Remember when I asked you if you had ideas flying around your head at light speed, but with little to no organization?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we have to do with people like us is don't ask a general to a specific question. You remember in school, they'd start off with this big picture and eventually move down.
Yeah.
Okay. Big picture, move down. Well, if we ask us a question like, what effect did Martin Luther King's famous speech have on the 1960 civil rights movement? We don't know where to go. It's like grabbing fog. But if we ask a specific to a general question, what personally compelled Martin Luther King to want to give his free speech, then we can find the answer in his bio. That answer gives us a question, which gives us an answer, which gives us a question, which gives us an answer. That forces the dyslexic brain to organize itself by using writing as a measurable output. You put those three together, and you're a rocket ship in learning.
Wow.
I have a question. Another question.
Sure.
What? So why?
Oh, I thought you were waving to me.
No, I was raising my hand.
Hi.
So
Hi.
Hi, buddy. I also am. So if okay. The dyslexia, it sounds like every person you're talking about that has dyslexia. Dyslexia. Sorry, I was thinking about GD's dad. Dyslexia. Are all geniuses, but are those directly connected? Because the reason I ask is because at first dyslexia sounded like ADHD, and now it sounds like autism, because it sounds like everyone that has it is like a genius. But I've also known people with dyslexia that were dumb as a box of rocks and licked windows. So I was just curious, like, is it more often than not that it's connected to genius, or is it like a 50-50 spread, or is it just kind of
You're going to find people with dyslexia run the gamut as with IQ as everybody else. What you're going to find is there typically is a slight IQ bump. What I'm generally saying is for dyslexics in their speciality, what they're really good at, what they care about, if you develop that in that small specific area, they tend to be extraordinarily good. As you climb up the IQ chain, then you're talking about, yeah, it's literally genius. Let me give you an example. One of the kids I worked with there was a second kid I worked with. His name was Adam. Adam came from a financially challenged family. He didn't like school. He liked working with his hands. So he failed the New York State English test in high school with a 47 and a 52. After 5 months, I got his writing up to the 70th percentile of entering grad students. Went to college to get his associate's degree in it was boiler making, like the schools, those big boilers they have. So he got his associate's degree. He went and joined the union just because that way he didn't have to take the classes at night for 5 years. So then a couple years after he's a union member, they call him in because New York State at the time, he could get $525 a week putting himself on vacation. And he thought that was a lot of money. So he's on vacation. They call him in. He said, sorry, it took him a day and a half to solve the problem. This is a huge multi-million-dollar contract. They said they've been trying to solve it for 6 weeks.
Wow.
Okay. So in that area, genius. Outside of the speciality, yeah, you go off a cliff.
It still sounds like autism to me.
Yes, but here's the thing about autism. Typically, if you're dealing with an autistic kid, you can tell. There's usually a lot of social interaction concerns when you're dealing with somebody with autism. Somebody with dyslexia, you're not going to notice.
Can you have both? You can probably be
for example,
both autistic and dyslexic, right?
Well, like I'm clinically diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder without cognitive or speech impediment. But I've never had the social issues. I'm a social butterfly. I thrive in social interactions. So the only way you can tell is if you have a conversation with me, because I'll make a random dick joke and it makes no sense. But
there's
like
a lot of bad comedians.
Also that too, but I'm just curious though, because you said like if you're autistic you can tell, but I feel like there's
not every time you can tell, but generally because I have some autistic relatives, I have autistic friends. Everything I'm saying is not absolute, but in general, if you have autistic, a lot, as you said, you have autism with not this, not this. But if you go and you work with a lot of autistic kids, a lot of autistic adults, there are some things where you can, if you're familiar with it, you can generally tell that there's something different. All right. Like, for example, when we have my second cousin over, we can't have the dog here because it drives him crazy. All right. There are some times you can, what I'm saying is a general rule. When you're looking at dyslexia, it's not something you're generally going to notice. Okay.
All right. Yeah, but can you can be autistic and also have dyslexia, or
yes, there is a relatively strong crossover between the two, and ADD and ADHD.
Damn. That's called the cluster fuck in general scientific terms.
In PG terms, it's a fuster cluck.
All right. That's right. So now we have in the link here your thing to the 3 Reasons ebook. That's for parents, right? Or it's not for people, because if you're dyslexic, you're gonna have a difficult time reading, right?
Well, actually, that's for parents primarily, but also adults with, as you found out, you found a way to function generally with dyslexia, and you became an author. That path happens quite a bit. What it basically describes is in more detail what we discussed today, and basically how to go about getting it corrected. You take those, let me give you an example. You take those 3 areas. People kept saying, give me an example of how this worked in the real world. Well, I met Kimberly last December 27th, and now I'm writing a book on my experience working with her. She took her son Reed, who was got him tested like 2 weeks before I talked to her, and the state of Ohio said that he was reading at the 11th percentile in 5th grade, writing in the 4th. So an hour and a half a week for 5.5 months. Then we were done working with him on that area. I waited until he was in public school to be tested because his friends wanted him in public school for social reasons. His reading went from the 11th percentile to the 64th. His writing went from the 4th percentile to the 65th. His grammar jumped to the 97th percentile.
Wow.
This is the mom doing, this was 36 hours of instruction. He learned 7x faster than the public schools could have taught him. And now he's in public school getting A's and B's. Problem solved. Mom did it. So that's how effective this is.
Yeah, it's interesting that his grandma could jump like that because my grandma couldn't jump at all. You said grammar. I'm sorry.
Grammar. No, that's that dopey guapo accent stuff.
Let me ask a serious question that's I thought about before, and when we're talking about heredity, because is it all heredity, or is there cultural and behavioral stuff within our culture right now that is contributing to it? Because it seems to be either people are self-diagnosing like more and more, or it's on the rise, or because I'm wondering if social media and this nonstop screen time and all this stuff plays a role in this. Does it?
It's genetic, unless if there's some crazy environmental mess, which I don't get into. The vast majority of it is genetic. Like you have blonde hair or red hair or green hair. It's all genetic. All right. Well, the green hair was me growing up in the 80s in the rock band era. So, but generally it's genetic. All right. It's becoming a lot more, people knowing a lot more about it because we're actually testing for it. If you want to know how long it's been studied and taught, the Gowl School is celebrating its 100th anniversary next year, and they're still the finest private dyslexic school around. I just looked at it as when the system failed because the school didn't get the kid tested in kindergarten and follow the Yale's process or any other of a lot of other sites that tell you how to do this. Here's how the parents can come in and just fix this without going broke and without having to have World War VI with the school district.
All right. So without, I'm not, I don't know the exact words to put this in, but it feels like you feel like you have a very workable solution. The question, and if that's true, the question is, what are the frustration points with getting school systems and states to kind of adopt your methodology?
Oh, well, it's like trying to deal with the public school system is mission impossible. I mean, just what I've been doing. I've been training teachers in the New York City special ed teachers in the surrounding areas for the past 10 years at the Everyone Reading Conference in Manhattan. I taught this to the entire state of New Jersey a couple of years ago. All right. Now, but trying to get it into public schools, it's the bureaucracies and it's an impossibility. So what I just simply tell parents is just do this yourself. Contact me. I'll show you what the kid's speciality is. We'll get you started. We're putting the process up on a learning community called School, SKOOL. And parents take the lessons there. We meet them once a week for a webinar to answer their questions, and they get through it at their pace. But it's so much easier just to fix it yourself than trying to deal with the school system.
All right. Well, one last thing for me, and then wait, hold on, Stephen, and then I'll let you have one more question after this. But for me, because this is a linguistic thing, is it more dominant in English? Because English is a screwed up language to begin with.
I mean, absolutely. It is the worst language for dyslexics to learn to overcome it.
Wow. All right, Stephen, go ahead.
Okay, so okay, I'll go with this question. So you said the bureaucracy is keeping it out of schools. Is it cost related mostly?
All right, let me give you a little. Are you from any of you from New York State?
No, he's from Indiana. Oh, well, Alabama, but Indiana via Alabama.
Okay. New York State just tried to rewrite the entire K through 5 educational system. If you go and just Google New York State Dyslexia Task Force, New York State Education Department, they found out we are the highest tax state in the country. Sorry, California, we beat you. We spend more on per kid than anybody. And what they found is their solution they came up with over a year, they still can't afford to get it into the school system. With this, I could literally go in and train a public school. I work with Evelyn White-Bay, who was on the New York State Dyslexia Task Force as a teacher. We can go in and train an entire school system in 6 hours.
Wow.
That's for elementary. If you want middle school, this is how simple it is. I want you to imagine you have these AP English high school kids. Here's how we get middle school dyslexics to beat them in writing. So what we do is here's just a simple process. We have a hero. Hero wants to do something. We write out a sentence, couple of sentences, whatever. We pick the most important word. That's a universal theme, very broad. Then we take it to the thesaurus and find a dictionary definition that best matches what's in the student's head. That's our specific universal theme. We find an optimum villain. The optimum villain is a person or a concept. Put that into a sentence, having come up with a couple of reasons. Each reason we turn into a simple universal theme. We go to the book and we find a couple of quotes. One at the beginning of the book, one at the end of the book. We put those two together. From those two quotes, we create our topic sentence. Now we got our topic sentence and our two quotes. Now what we do that AP English kids can't do is we apply a warrant. Do you guys have any idea what a warrant is applied to a body paragraph?
No, but
as a general rule of thumb, I try to avoid warrants. And so,
that's what everybody tells me. But here's the key thing. A warrant is used by PhDs to answer a how and why question to connect the topic sentence with the quotes, with the data. I show students how to do that in 7th grade. Once they can do that structurally, college professors take that body paragraph and place it at the college level. It's beyond what the AP English kids can do. So, it's that simple.
Wow.
Okay, so the rest of my question was, if it's so simple and it's easy to do, would the schools allow it to be done for free if you just went in and offered to do it for free?
Yeah, but I don't do that. I run a for-profit company, and they have huge developmental budgets. I'm not doing this for free.
Well, he's a comedian. He's used to working for free.
The reason I'm asking is if it's such an important thing and it's so detrimental to life, then shouldn't there be a way to, or isn't there a way to figure out to get funding to where you guys can still get paid but offer it to the schools for free to take care of these kids instead of worrying about bottom dollar?
Well, to be honest with you, I initially did get the program funded by the state. And then we ran into this thing called the financial crisis, which put it on hold. And I was told to come back and come up with how to deal with normal kids. And that took an extra almost 20 years. Wow. So when you're dealing with a public school system, it's not just me, it's everybody else trying to get in there. I have explained this. I have tried to do this. I have gone to state officials. I even had a New York State elected official contact their school district because they had very powerful constituents that were outraged at how a wealthy school district could keep screwing up for decades. All right, I had all that, and they can't push through it. So my thing is simply to the parents, it's so much easier. Just do it yourself. We can take these kids from they can't write C-spot run all the way through writing at the college senior level in high school. So I want you to imagine, like the book everybody uses is Mice and Men. Imagine picking up the Mice and Men, then your kid going through that and writing something original so that the teacher read that and go, I never thought of that. I've actually learned something. You're one of the 10 kids in my career that I had that. And your kid does that every time.
Wow.
Yeah. I do full craft of research.
And whenever you're dealing with politics and bureaucracy and funding and all this stuff, it's just you know what? It's not fun. It's never. It's not
Well,
an enjoyable.
I honestly just gave up on it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being on the program this morning and somewhat clearing things up for us. The link is in the description for parents and adults with dyslexia trying to right a wrong ship. It's in the description. 3 Reasons ebook. Now, is there a follow up to after they're done with this ebook, or are you thinking that they're going to be able to do this all on their own? All they need
Oh,
is
no. The ebook is just an introduction to the process. What you really need to do is just go to dyslexiaclasses.com. That's plural with an S, dyslexiaclasses.com. There's a button there that says download free guide, which brings you to this page. You answer a couple of questions, and then you actually have to actually set up an appointment to speak with me. All right. It's 30 minutes. It's no cost. I tell your kid what their speciality is, pick out their book, their audio book. And then we just let parents know how they can do this at a very affordable price. And it's just a matter of just working on it until you get your kid to where you want it to go, whether it's just to get them to grade level or to get their reading and writing skills up to a point that's, ready for Harvard grad level.
very cool. Well, thank you for being on the program. We hope people will follow up on this and download the 3 Reasons ebook and get started on this because it does seem like the problem is getting worse and worse, or maybe we're just hearing about it more, but still that makes it feel like it's getting worse and worse. So thanks for all you do, and thanks for being on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great day. Bye for now.
You too.
Russell Van Brocklin. Is it there? Van Brocklin? Did I say? Yeah. Anyway, good stuff there. You got it all figured out now, Stephen? You're gonna deal with your you seem like you got a boatload of issues. Let me just tell you this: you were born with you were born autistic, then with the verbal blah blah. You got the feet thing going on. You got a foot fetish, whatever you got going on.
All things considered, I'm not in terrible shape. I just can't stand.
No, I was gonna actually compliment for all the fucking deuces you've been down. You pulled you're not bad for a fat lazy fuck who doesn't bring me a bag money. I'm just saying. Yeah. You notice our chat room is just disgustingly the nicest guy, who apparently is the worst nice guy or the least nicest guy. Tell Sarah to stop having a period. How insensitive.
Well, I can't see the chat room. What's all been said? I haven't been able to see any of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Let's start here. Fine, Matt. You have dyslexia, hypochondriac. Tell Sarah to stop.
There's probably a lot of that, though, right?
How
Don't you think?
People used to think kids with
acromyoplegia.
What the fuck is that? Man, maybe that word is spelled all wrong. Maybe he's dyslexic and he was just trying to write athlete's foot.
Well,
you think?
Maybe.
And here's one. Rub a strong magnet on the back of your skull for 10 minutes a day.
Then I can't because I'm underwater and magnets don't work underwater, right?
Yes, they do.
Only Republican magnets don't work underwater. MAGA magnets do not work underwater.
Oh, that's magnets.
Right. They don't work underwater.
Magnets. Yeah.
Yeah. Magnets.
Don't be a dick about dyslexia. All right. That's a good motto there. You should put that on a bumper sticker. Mr.
Don't be mocking my father. My father had dyslexia.
It says,
and that's why I had trouble saying the word because I don't say dyslexia very often. When I say it, I'm almost always saying dyslexia, and my brain would not switch back to the correct way to say it.
I have a question. Can I
have an answer.
Can I hijack half your joke?
Which half?
The dyslexia part. I have dyslexia. I keep sticking it in her ass on accident.
I don't care. $10.
Got it.
Steven + ass eating. What now? Substitute like or dislike for the +.
Steven like ass eating.
Ew! What a fucking gross fuck. Get off my program, you ass eating fuck. You know what? I'm glad you ate ass in prison. Wait.
Ew.
I have
Imagine.
a friend of mine is in Texas, and I've been getting his mail while he's been gone. So I sent him. He's due back today. So I sent him a text saying, "Have a safe trip. I got your mail. Blah blah blah." And he sends me a text back, says, "I'm in a driverless taxi."
Oh, cool.
And he was in Texas. He was in a driverless taxi, and I said, "Take a video," because first of all, I've only seen one driverless car on the road in my life, and
I'm not doing it.
Texas has Waymo,
right? And that's what he is. He's in Texas. They have Waymos.
Yeah, that's scary, dude. No, thank you.
Oh my god! And so, how long has this been going on? Because I thought this, we've been hearing about the driverless cars forever, but I didn't think they were actually in use anywhere.
They've been in use for a couple years now. I think they started in California, and then they graduated from. I think they used San Francisco because of all the hills and the terrain, and then they went to Texas next, and I think Oklahoma has them too.
all the redneck states.
Well, I think it's because it's a lot of rural space.
A lot of that, but also regulations. Because remember, Tesla, and a lot of these cars are Tesla cars. At least
made
Tesla.
In Texas.
Yeah, well, Tesla, a lot of these companies are trying to avoid rules and regulations. And so you go to a red state, they have less rules, less regulations. And so if you kill somebody, chances are you won't get sued as easily.
We got the best regulations. They're the best. Anyways,
there's no regulation. Those people want absolutely no everything is a wild west, baby. No laws, no rules. They're just fucking.
Yeah,
it seems like Slaptail Squad needs to get a T-shirt that says, or read the T-shirt that says, "Well, sit down and fight like a man," because it seems like he has a bone to pick with Steven, or just something about Steven.
I'm a probationary member of Slaptail Squad, so I'm even listed on the website. And so
I don't know whether I think he was talking to you because he usually calls me Mr. Moron, hack you moron, probably done.
It's obviously probably been done by somebody. It's probably been done by 1,000.
I can't read because the font's too small. Everything's too small. If I look over there, that's why you suck. No, he's definitely talking about you there. That's why you suck. If the joke comes easy, it's safe, and say someone else has done it, and it's a hack. Drippy Steve sucks. Drippy, are you Drippy?
You'll have to watch the last Slaptail Squad episode that I was in.
You don't watch it; you listen to it.
Where we discussed.
Well, you can watch it, but you'd be watching a logo.
Well, sorry, if you listen to it. Sorry, listen to the last episode I was in. Was it the last episode or the one before that? Either way,
just listen. Episode is the one with Matt, so it's the one before it.
Probably.
Don't you listen to them? I was listening. Okay,
I do listen to them. They download automatically as they're released. Thank you, sir. But
doesn't mean you listen because it downloads automatically. Thank you, sir. Doesn't mean you listen.
I do listen because the douchebag segment was fucking gold and should win an award.
Douchebag segment.
Maybe a FIFA award. Segment. Maybe they'll get the FIFA Peace Award for that one.
Maybe. No.
FIFA? It's not FIFA? I've been saying it all wrong.
For the record, I'm not going after easy jokes. I bought a new joke book. I'm going to fill it up with new material. I am next Monday I'll be at an open mic in South Bend. I think I'll be at the next Slaptail mic, hopefully, weather permitting. And then I'm also submitting for a comedy festival in Cassopolis, Michigan, which I'm most likely going to get into. So
I got an idea for you. Here's an idea for you. Let's start a GoFundMe to get you down to Austin, Texas, so you can do.
I really don't.
Okay, Steven, just for the record, because you said joke book, The average person who's not in comedy is thinking that you're buying like a joke book, like a book that has jokes already in it. What Steven is saying is he's buying a book that has like lines in it, you know, a book with a blank book with no words in it. And whenever he thinks of something cute and clever, he writes it down in this book. A lot of comedians have these quote joke books. You know,
yeah, I don't like to type them out.
Those of us who don't have joke books, we have computers.
Well, I don't like I don't like the typing them down. I really like the just kind of the old school feel of, oh shit, that's funny, and whipping out pen and paper and just jotting it down. It just feels better. So yeah.
You know what? I've seen Mark Norman take like a sheet of paper and put it on the stool next to him and kind of reading his notes off of there. But you know, this is revisiting my pet peeve from several years ago now, these comedians who bring phones on the stage with them. And I'm not just talking about open mic level people. I've seen people, I don't want to mention the comedy clubs because, you know, but they're bringing the phone up. And like, if I don't want somebody reading a fucking joke off the phone, even if you wrote it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, in theory, and I'm only saying this because I have a set list that I use. Okay. I don't put it on my phone. I put it on the back of my drinking container, you know, so that I can drink, take a sip and see where I am in my set. That's it.
Yeah.
A lot of good idea. Take a magic marker and write it on the foreheads of the people in the front row.
So what I do,
a lot of people don't like to sit in the front row because they don't like to be picked on. And so now you're trying to write stuff on people in the second row.
Markers on their forehead.
And you have to see further.
But for me, for example, I don't take a phone on stage, period. In open mics, I think it's forgivable. I've seen pros do it at big shows, like on big stages. I don't get it. Me personally, I take a small index card, like palm size, and I put bullet points with the title of each joke just to know where I'm at. That's as far as I go with taking things on stage, even with open mics.
Huh. Well, on open mics, I generally don't take any notes up on stage with me because I need to find out exactly what I'm doing wrong and why I'm doing it wrong. So I just record it, and if it doesn't go right, I go, okay. And then I compare it to my notes. You know,
I also find with open mics too, I try not to go with a lot of pre-written stuff because I find when I'm on stage and I go through a couple pre-written things will start popping into my head and I can kind of go off the dome. So it's a lot of fun.
All right, let's change the subject here. Sarah
let's change the subject. Last night I was talking with Dylan Brody.
I didn't know Sarah liked swimming.
Sarah's on her period and she should stop it.
Well, this is it. When Sarah's having a period and she's swimming, then the other kids shouldn't be in the pool because of sharks.
Right. Oh, 6 sharks. There are 6 sharks, but 3 of them.
Right, but 3 of them are dyslexic, so they're not going to find Sarah swimming.
They swim backwards.
Right.
If she's on her period, they'll find her.
No, they swim. No, they smill. They smill backwards. SMIW, right?
MIWS.
Did you get right?
They smew and they slew the blood.
My brain, help me! My brain has got a thing in the. I don't know if you saw it, but he had a picture of my brain, and it's like a big. It looks like a tumor.
It looks like somebody. It looks like somebody put a sticker on your brain.
It's a tumor. It's a tumor. Get the chopper.
It is a tumor. Did you? No, I don't think you guys picked up on it. But the politically correct language that Russell used. Did you catch it?
Which one?
I caught a lot of stuff. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the political. He said, Adam came from a financially challenged household.
Oh, so
he's a fucking poor kid. He's a fucking poor kid. Why can't we just say he's a fucking poor motherfucker?
Because we live in a society, and society says we can't put labels on people that hurt feelings.
Financially challenged.
I put labels on people all the time. I just don't staple them. I tape them, and that way you can remove them. It's when you staple the labels onto people, it hurts them. But yeah, you tape them or just use like a Post-it, like this, where I have this little thing here. I put a label on it. Where is it? I don't even have.
How is financially challenged less? I don't know.
No. In my head, these politically correct labels are as
poor
me.
Motherfucker. poor motherfucker is the politically correct.
No, in my mind, sometimes they create a different image. If I say to someone,
is it the motherfucker or the poor part?
If I say to someone, I'm broke as fuck, that's one different image. But if I say to someone, I'm financially challenged, that just sounds like I have money. It's just
exactly that's the difference. Poor sounds scary, and that's the thing. Like growing up,
financially challenged means you're stupid. You can't fucking handle your own money. Well, I'd rather be called poor than financially challenged.
Well, here's the thing: my family growing up, us kids were poor because my parents were financially challenged.
Right, but Adam was the kid. So
yes,
he's just a broke as fuck, poor motherfucker, no money, loser. I'm sorry.
This fucking kid can't. This kid can't budget his finances at 6 years old. What a fucking loser!
I know. Come on, I
gotta check. Like the Bush
I gotta
administration,
check for him to deposit.
The Bush 2 administration at one point said they eliminated hunger, and what they did was they changed the word hunger. They got rid of the word hunger from all the government documents and replaced it with nutritionally challenged, I think.
As a kid,
I thought you were going to say full. We replaced hunger with full.
And then they said they eradicated hunger because they stopped using the word hunger. But
yeah, they didn't fucking eradicate shit. As a poor kid during the Bush era,
I understand that, but I'm saying, but that's
remember the Duran Duran song "I'm Nutritionally Challenged Like the Wolf."
Yeah,
dude. I remember having to steal food from my brothers and sisters at 12 years old. That shit was they weren't helping with shit.
I remember stealing other people's brothers and sisters when they were 12 years old.
That's rapey, bro.
I didn't say I raped them. I said I stole them.
Listen, people only steal kids for 2 reasons:
to make money.
Now we're moving into you talk about something you're really good at. This is something Stephen is really good at.
Matt, don't.
Cheap flavor.
I'm pointing out how we're working on your dyslexia here, knowing what you were really good at.
No, that's no. See, I know where you're.
I'm just curious about something, Stephen. I was talking to a comedian yesterday who's a teacher, and I asked her if she was concerned with her humor, if she would get in trouble, by parents or something, because she teaches preschool kids. Are the parents like? Does she get any kind of slack? She says no. Nobody gives a fuck. So I'm wondering what happened to you.
So there's 3 things that are different in that situation, right? So one,
she didn't touch them.
No, stop. No, guys, you can't keep saying that. I'm in the dating pool right now, and there's a lot of moms out there. They can't date the
dating pool. How shallow is it? How shallow is this dating pool?
Was Sarah in the pool? Because Sarah likes to swim.
Is it shallow like the Alabama gene pool?
Listen, Sarah's in the pool and she's on her period. Okay, but anyways, there's 3 things that were different. Okay, one, I was in a Lutheran school, so my humor was not going to go over with them, and as soon as they found out, I wasn't shocked. 2, preschool kids are way less likely to find the teacher on social media and find her comedy. I was dealing
but parents
with
do. Parents can.
Yeah, okay. So she should be, a little bit concerned, because you got to remember Bill Rhodes, the foul-mouthed teacher, lost his job at a public school.
That name sounds vaguely familiar. Wait, who'd you just mention? It sounds like somebody from the distant past.
But I'm just saying though. So so yes, if a parent finds out, she could maybe have a little bit of flack. But the kids aren't going to find it.
She said
Me, on the other hand,
she said the parents know, and she's invited teachers. She said other fellow. Well, did she say teachers or work? People she work with, because people you can work with her and not be a teacher. You could be like a custodian and stuff like that. Basically, people that work with her have been to her shows. She invites them.
It's very possible she just might be surrounded by a bunch of really cool people that just don't care.
And I was just surprised because she's in Florida, and Florida is a fucked up state.
Well, see, Florida's a fucked up state, so her humor just might get over well with the parents who are also fucked up. So
fucked up like, can they ban books? You know, they're like on the forefront of trying to out Texas. Like, we're going to ban this. Okay, if you're banning it, well, we're going to ban this. Well, we're going to remove all restrictions on guns. If you're going to remove all restrictions on guns, we're going to require that you have a gun. You know,
well, here's the other thing too, right? So after I got fired from being the teacher, right, a bunch of the students were like confused, and my wife was the lunch lady. So she, you know, when the kids asked where I was, she was like, "Well,
I'm the lunch lady."
And she was like, "Well, he can't. You know, they don't want him to teach her anymore." And so the kids knew that I was a streamer and a comedian. You know, once they found out I was fired, and so they started looking, like Googling me.
Oh, what
and
was
they started,
that? Did you hear that?
So they started popping
Right.
up on. They started finding me on Snapchat and on TikTok, and I had to, you know, I was going on a blocking spree. Like, nope, not happening, not happening. But like they made it worse by firing me, because once they fired me, the kids were curious as to where I went.
Well, that's how it works. If you want something to be popular, ban it. Tell people they can't have it. If you want something.
To this day, I still have students that they'll like comment on a video on TikTok, like, "Mr. Ortiz, what's up?" And I'm like, "Shit, block." You know, like, but it's sad. Like, these kids were like, a lot of these kids were cool kids. Like, they enjoyed having a teacher that wasn't a stuck up, you know, Bible thumper. They enjoyed having a regular person. So, yeah.
Regular person.
Yeah, that's what that one threw me too. He had me up until he said regular person. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Not a Lutheran Bible thumping sociopath.
Okay.
Again, no, I'm confused. That's not you.
Thank God the Reverend is not a Lutheran.
I'm not Lutheran, no.
I'm just saying, thank God the Reverend is
not
a Lutheran.
I'm loosely Christian.
Luciferian? Is that what you are?
Luciferian? No, I don't know what that means.
I'm not. I thought you were like a Lucifer worshiper, Lucifer.
Oh no, I'm not a Satanist. No, I'm loosely Christian.
Oh, I did the beer. I did
Oh, just for the record, Mickey said hey, but he said it like an hour ago.
Oh yeah, Mickey.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Mickey sent me a really sweet message the other day. It was really nice.
Was it asking?
Really?
Mickey likes to swim.
Mickey was like, "Hey, miss seeing you on the show with the guys. It's not the same without you." I was like, "Oh, thanks, man."
Yeah, it's not the same without you.
It's the same without. I take umbrage with that. It's absolutely the same without you. It sucked with you. It sucks without you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree.
So that's all I have to say about that. I just want to because you mentioned what did you mention? You mentioned this guy. What was the name? You mentioned somebody big, beautiful. No, not the foul mouth teacher or something.
Foul mouth teacher.
Randy, was it?
Because I found this online. I don't know if you see the milk carton with this picture on. Have you seen this foul mouth fucker? I don't know. What happened to you? He hates us now because you're not on it. He was your friend.
I think he left because we kept asking him about the drinks that he was going to be making, or at least I kept asking about the drinks that he was going to make.
So it's your fault. It's your fault.
Well,
I'm only saying that because there's a pattern. There's a pattern of your people disappearing when they have to deal with me.
Well,
I'm only going back like 3 people or so.
No, so Bill sends me reels regularly, but I'm currently working on reconnecting with people that I've lost touch with, and he's actually on my list of people to message after work today. So I didn't have a falling out with him or anything. He sends me reels all the time.
Nobody had a falling out with him. He just quit. Motherfucker quit.
I'm hurt.
Motherfucker just left the chat room. That's what he did. Just left. Nobody yelled at him. He didn't yell at us. He didn't say like
we did our best to promote him. Like
yes. We were trying to promote
him. He was welcome to come on anytime he wanted and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden,
to promote his drinking habit.
He's probably just busy.
Man. What's up with that? What's up with that, Bill? Come on, man. What's up with that? Are you
Yeah, what
like?
up,
Are you a man?
bitch?
Good God, man.
Bitch.
You like Robert, man. Robert did that shit. You know, we
Bill,
try to help
bitch.
Robert. Robert go like, "Fuck you guys."
Bill Rhodes, the bitch mouth teacher.
I mean, I can't remember Robert's last name, but
Robert
Love you,
Taylor.
Bill.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
it,
who you're
Robert
talking
Taylor.
Yeah, how could you
What's
forget
up with
his
that,
name?
Robert? All of a sudden, you're too good for us.
He was the father on Father's Knows Best. How could you forget that name? Or anyway,
I thought that was Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, she was the father on Father's Knows Best. Father's Nose Up Your Ass. I'm sorry, I don't.
You know, I'm really tired of
Thursdays
bringer shows.
Oh yeah, they suck.
So I've been
wait, Slaptail wants me to yell at my people. Oh, I don't see any of my people in the room. Go ahead. No, none of my people are here, so go ahead.
No, so like Summit City Comedy Club, right? I've opened for Jeremiah Watkins. I've done a couple of their shows. I've done a couple of their competitions. I did open mics regularly when I lived in town, and the only invites I get for fucking shows are the goddamn bringer shows. And like, and
I didn't even know bringer shows was still a thing. Like, stop with the bringer shows.
Right.
Fucking 40 years of bringer shows.
It feels archaic to do, and the thing is they advertise it as a bringer show instead of advertising it as a regular show to entice people. So like when I tell people about the show, it feels like I'm saying, hey, will you come to the show, so they'll pay attention to me, not just come to the show. It feels like people are doing me. It feels like they're doing me a favor instead of just coming and enjoying the show, and it pisses
I
me
hear
off.
you, man. First of all, I've seen people advertise shows as bringer shows. Like, what the fuck? The audience doesn't need to know that this is what this situation. Why would they? What's the idea behind? Oh, bringer should come to a bring. Why would you fucking advertise it like that? It's just
And
like,
that's the
you know
thing.
what?
Like if you go to the website, it's a big blue and yellow fucking sign, and it just says the Bringer Show. And I'm just like so now
Join my
and
multi-level marketing
Is
list.
it trademarked so that they can say it's like their, Bringer Show is like their thing. So if somebody else says Bringer Show, they have to pay them money. Is it?
No, that's the thing.
name
It's
of
not
it?
even a trademarked thing. It's dumb. And the problem is, like, here's the thing. If you advertise it as a regular show, right? Obviously, I'm going to tell my friends and family, hey, I need to sell so many tickets. Will you please come? But if I'm going to go out and like go barking on the street, it'd be nice to say, hey, I'm doing this show at the comedy club. I'm on the marquee. I'm on the website. Check me out. Go to my social media. That's easy to do. But if I go, hey, I'm a no-name struggling comic. You never
This
heard
is
of
a
me
B.
at this bringer show. Come see me. It doesn't make sense. And how am I going to go out and feel confident on the street saying, hey, no one knows who I am. You have to come see me for me to get paid. Like, what? Like,
This
that's
is the
none of
problem
that
with
makes sense.
letting idiot comedians just be producers without any fucking like. I don't have a brain. I don't know if you know this, but there's no brain in my head. I'm gonna just promote like a retard. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't use the word
And the
promote.
thing is like I try to hype it up. I try to hype it up and I put it on my social medias and I post it and share it, but you can only go so far to make it a big deal when it just feels like, hey, come to my show so they can tell that people kind of like me. Like it just if I
Come
could
to
just
my
advertise it,
bringer
fine.
show is the same as saying, please come to my pyramid scheme webinar. Oh yeah, I'll sign up for that. I want to go to that because I don't know. I don't have anything better to do. I got no money for my GoFundMe where I wanted to go to. I'm
Okay,
sorry. I'm not gonna let that. I'm not gonna let that go. I
Okay,
got
this is from Slaptail Squad out of the state of Michigan. The tickets are also expensive to buy in advance with ticket fees. Summit City sucks for you amateur comedians. Also fucking freezing in there.
Yeah, it's just it sucks and like I just it kills me.
glowing endorsement there. That's a glowing endorsement,
Well,
right?
the thing is the
And I was
Slaptail
going to produce a show at Summit City. I don't think I'm gonna do that now.
I found out that I was one of the few people who had the most specific ticket sales. Like there was a good number of people that just showed up at the door, but when you bought tickets for an individual, you had to put their name in the comment section, so that person got credit, because if you didn't sell 10 tickets, you didn't get paid. So you had to go through all of that just so I got paid. And again, I had to tell people, hey, you're coming to see me, right? Make sure you put my name because it's a bringer show. Like it was so like I couldn't give them a tick. Like it just and like I fudged it. I said use coupon code the sitcom, but it still didn't help. It still felt really shitty to do. And then Slaptail came and supported, and they had to drop like 40, $50 to come see me and a few other comics. Like, sure, it was a decent lineup, but that's not the point. It was almost like paying for an open mic when it's advertised like this.
Yeah. So bottom line is stop fucking promoting this. Stop even publicizing that it is a bringer show. The audience doesn't need to the potential audience doesn't need to know that. That's information that is on a need to know basis only. I mean, fuck that. So we've chased the audience away without even talking about politics today. How about that?
Wow.
I watched the radio numbers go from literally over 1,000 down to 7 now.
Okay.
I guess they're not interested in dyslexia.
Well, maybe they were trying not to. Maybe they were trying to get the station wrong.
Okay, I was trying to be nice, John, but
I think wait. Somebody's calling in from the radio right now. That wasn't good.
It wasn't a decent lineup. Everyone sucked except for Red and Steven. Fucking Indiana. Now, that's something. Slaptail actually says you didn't suck. Now, that's like my praise. That's like when Ron says it was all right.
Yeah, oh yeah, it wasn't bad. That's
it wasn't bad. Yeah,
not that bad.
That's high praise. That is fucking high praise.
I get a pretty decent backhanded compliment in my website description on the Slaptail website too. So it's nice.
I just want to say when I hear that Steven didn't suck, I think, well, he must have had a belly full of little boy semen. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, that was graphic. Fucking hell, dude! Like you could have at least said maybe he had a kid the night before or something, but no, you had to go graphic, man. Jesus.
Belly full of little boy semen is a common phrase.
None of it's
in
true.
New York. In New York.
Maybe in Mississippi. I don't know. Well, at Rod Stewart concerts. I don't know if you remember the rumor.
I have a question for you guys, and this is for people in the chat as well. If you're out there, if you're still listening, does anybody here know what a G-Wagon is?
Yes,
a G-Wagon.
It's a Mercedes. It's a Mercedes-Benz mid-size SUV. It's a high-end luxury vehicle.
I did not learn that until yesterday.
I didn't know it till just now, and I still don't really know.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought it was a regional thing, which is why I put it out there, because you're not in that area. You're not in Florida. You're in Indiana.
No, so it's generally you don't see them in a lot of places where it's that's not true.
It's high end. It's a high end vehicle, so you're not going to see it in a lot of places where there's not a lot of money.
It's not going to be driven where it gets beat up, is what I was trying to say. Yeah, it's just so
not in Indiana, not in Illinois, not in
Iowa. You'll find them in Indiana, but you only find them in bigger cities like Indianapolis, maybe Fort Wayne. Like you don't find them. You aren't going to find them in small town. No. Not with the way
I didn't know if it was a regional expression or if it was a financial expression. Like I'm not rich enough to know what a G-Wagon is, but you're obviously not rich enough to drive a G-Wagon, and you know what it is.
I'm not even rich enough to drive past a Mercedes dealership and look at it, dude. Are you kidding me?
So what you're saying is you're financially challenged?
No, because I'm not bad with my money. I just don't make a lot of it.
Oh, so you're a poor motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm just poor. Yeah.
That happens.
I was just curious because like I said, I did not know what a G-Wagon was, and that was the punchline of her joke, and everybody laughed. But I understood why it was funny only because of the misdirect. Even though I didn't know what a G-Wagon was, there was a misdirect. And I go, oh, okay, I don't know what a G-Wagon is, but I know it's not what. Huh?
They laughed because they're racist.
No, there was black people in there.
Oh,
Again,
black people can't be racist.
It was still racist. Everybody that I know would probably assume that every black guy knows what a G-Wagon is.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm a black guy. I did not know what a G-Wagon was.
It's a stereotype.
Wait, you're what?
Trope. I'm not saying.
Wait a minute.
Correct.
He's a black guy. Get him off my show, guy. You know what? I'm glad you're a black guy in prison. No, that doesn't work. Because there's a lot of. Oh, never mind. He can stay. He could stay. Just keep him away from the watermelon and chicken.
Yeah, Blackie.
Thank God. I thought you was going to tell me not to date your daughter.
Well, Sarah likes to swim.
Well, my daughter's underage, so that's disgusting. Don't date my daughter.
Since when are you disgusted by your old hobby?
Stop
your old
it.
hobby. You're a hobbyist.
No,
a hobbyist.
My only hobby is gynecology. My only hobby is gynecology, not pedophilia.
That's
speaking of gynecology. Are you still playing that pussy bass of yours? No, I'm just saying. Are you still playing your bass like a pussy?
I picked it up for the first time in several weeks 2 days ago, and I played it.
Okay, so you're playing it like it's a pussy. You haven't touched it for a while. It just sits there.
I've been battling some pretty heavy mental health issues. So, but I'm finally feeling creative again. So,
mental health issues.
Yeah,
he's mentally challenged.
Well, yes. No, so I've never lived alone my whole life. I went from living with my parents to having a wife and kid to I was single for a year, but I had a roommate. Then I had a girlfriend that I lived with. Then I got married. So I'm living alone, and it's my first holiday season without having wife or kids. So it's just been just sucked.
I don't see the
So
big
you've been
deal.
using your Pornhub subscription to the max, is what you're saying.
No, I hoard around for a little bit, pretty heavy. Started drinking pretty heavy there for a little bit.
Lose weight.
You
won't be drinking heavy, and you won't be
drinking. Why you don't have to?
Right. And then I was a little suicidal there for about a week. My brother had to come take my
gun. That can be
gun,
fixed. Yeah,
my knives, and my car.
I don't see
you were
Steven,
suicidal and you didn't reach out to your friends on this program to
no, I generally seclude when I get.
That's the best thing to do when you're suicidal. Go off alone by yourself. So you don't take out others.
No, you should call Slaptail and he'll say this to you.
No, I'm not.
I don't mean to sound. I don't mean to sound insensitive, even though I am insensitive, but. I don't see the big deal with you not spending Christmas with your ex-wife and kids, because for 66 years, I have not had one Christmas with your wife and kids, and I don't miss them a fucking bit.
No,
so I don't know why. I don't know why all of a sudden you have one and you fall to pieces. That doesn't mean. I don't know if you're like 166th the man I am. I don't know what that means. I don't understand it.
It could be. But no, and I'm not asking for sympathy or complaining about it. I dealt with it and I addressed it, but no, I wasn't feeling creative. I wasn't consuming comedy or music. I wasn't making comedy or music. I was literally just sitting in my apartment in the dark most of the time, outside of the occasional, pop in here with Slaptail. I mean, I just kind of drifted. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool stuff.
That's funny, because even if I felt like I was going to be depressed, I would just say to myself, "I'm not Steven," and I feel
the
better.
nicest guy is actually being the
next time you're feeling bad, say, "I'm not Steven." See if that feels better. Say to yourself, "I'm GD."
The nicest guy is actually being the nicest guy. Hold on, this breaking news. What was the breaking? Oh, the nicest guy is being a nice guy. That's first.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. So he's telling you to stay strong, and that's all. He doesn't.
And don't punch pregnant women in the stomach. That's
don't call him. That's what he's basically saying. You stay strong, but don't call me. You can't have my number.
Yeah.
Whenever. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're mentally fucked up. You're a fucking mental case. You're a fucking idiot and a loser, and I'm sorry to hear all that about you.
No, it happens, man. Like I said, it's a combination of the new living situation and seasonal depression. It is.
I was about to ask if you had seasonal depression because my wife has seasonal depression, and that takes a fucking
seasoning
toll
depression.
on my house.
Like she doesn't like garlic. What seasonal depression?
Nothing. She doesn't like anything seasonal. So she doesn't like seasonal.
That's true.
She's okay with MSG. She's okay with pepper, but you give her seasonal, she gets depressed.
Yeah, the short days, the shitty
she's fine with
weather.
paprika. No paprika. She's fine with allspice, capers. Loves capers. Oh my god,
oregano.
Capers. But seasonal, and then she gets depressed.
I don't know. I don't know about nothing. What do I know about? Speaking of stupid and seasonal, Fred, the proprietor of the Garden Grill, he has this theory that the seasons are shifting.
They probably are a little bit, yeah.
Oh no, you're not a Fredist, are you? You're a Fredist?
No, it's
Sounds
just
like
that the magnetic poles have been shifting. I mean, here's
not
the
underwater.
Deal.
They don't.
No, here's the deal. Here's the Earth. I need a globe. Where's my globe? Fuck.
It's on the flat Earth.
Let's say this is the world. Let's say this is the globe.
Invisible. It's a box.
This is the globe, okay? And it's tilted at 23.5 degrees, okay? Now, even though it's tilted at 23.5 degrees, it still wobbles while it's on at 23.5 degrees. Now, that wobble is a little slow. So it's, even though it maintains this 23.5 degrees, its orientations changes slightly. So, because this is what gives us our seasons. The tilt is what gives us our seasons.
All right, hold on. You say it's shifting 23 degrees. It's 42
No, I didn't say it shifted
23.
I know. I'm saying it's tilted at 23.
It's actually 66 is what you're saying. 66 degrees.
No. I said it's tilted at 23.5 degrees, but there's a little wobble. You know, wibble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, weeble wobble, like this.
If weebles won't fall down.
And that's right. Show them, Steven, how to weeble wobble. So that's right. So there's a slight wobble, and so let's say instead of 23.5 degrees, let's say it's 23.75. Okay, that since the tilt is where we get our seasons, that's going to affect the way the sunlight hits us, and so the seasons are going to be changing a little bit.
Well, not just that, but you also have climate change. Not saying man-made versus natural. In general, you have climate change that happens regardless of cause.
No. That's all a fucking Chinese hoax.
And so that also can affect weather and season changes as well. So yeah, I believe it. It's probably happening.
I think
also
the
distance that the Earth is from the sun is not. It's not like it's tethered with a rope. It's not like it's tethered with a rope and it goes around. Right. It's not constant. There's a little allowance. There's a little, because the Saturn and Jupiter are tugging at the Earth when it goes around, and then the sun is tugging at it as well. So there's
and the moon also affects it as well. The moon also tugs on the Earth a little bit as well. So
this is how we got to be number 3 in science. Right here.
Basically, the Milky Way is a giant circle jerk of gravitational pull, and that affects our seasons.
Gravitational pull, is this a different kind of jerking off that I don't know about?
It's when you whip your dick out around a fat chick and the gravitational pull starts tugging it.
But she has to be big or really cute. If she's really cute, the gravitational pull will also just tug at it, be like that.
I've seen some big bitches with some cute faces. So
I'm just saying, so an attractive woman will also have a strong gravitational pull because
no, that's a magnetism, and that only doesn't work in water when they're wet. So
okay.
So why should anybody listen to this? Wait,
she blinded me with science.
What happened? Who is this guy who's saying he's got to be on my? I don't know.
What's happening?
I don't know. Somebody just sent me something about they're waiting for a scheduling time. Nobody. How could you be on my show and I not know about it because I don't pay attention? Then, so what is the value of this dopey program? It's not valuable at all. It's
4 cents a month.
Worthless fucking waste of time in the morning.
4 cents a month. That's the value.
Listen, when I wasn't working, this was the absolute highlight of my day. So
it's funny. I'm not working, and now that you're here, this is the low light of my day.
It's not low light. It's just this. Your skin doesn't reflect like mine.
So this isn't.
so
I
you're
just
a
want to.
vampire. I'm a vampire.
Little disclaimer here.
What?
Little disclaimer here for the people who would be inclined to run away. This is not about politics, but to political fucking talking heads. Maybe it's about them. You guys didn't even. Did you catch any of the Pierce Morgan, Nick Fuentes debate, or
I
call it a debate?
I don't know.
I didn't know that was
Oh,
the thing.
you got to watch it just for the entertainment value. Like, there's nothing substantive about the conversation they were having, but just the back and forth. You're a Nazi fuck. Yeah, why am I listening to a dopey British fucking boomer? Oh my! And Pierce Morgan just dropping the F-bomb like it's fucking nothing. I mean, over and on CNN, just saying, so you think women are fucking intolerant? I put just the F-bombs coming out.
I don't really enjoy gratuitous whatever that is. It's not really a chat.
Here's the thing. I've heard Pierce Morgan talking not on TV, and so his normal mannerisms are very much. I mean, he's English, right? So I mean the F word is cunt and fucking.
He was saying you said about Hitler that he's just fucking cool. You think he's just fucking cool? He fucking murdered 12 million people.
Yeah,
I don't know where he got 12 million.
He was just. I think he was just emphasizing the anger. He was just emphasizing his anger with fuck. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, fuck Nick Fuentes. That dude's a piece of shit and should be dragged through the streets. I think he's a terrible human being.
That's basic cable. I thought the F-bomb was not cool on there, but apparently I'm wrong about that.
No, it depends on usage and time of day.
I would say I'm pretty sure he's on at 10 p.m., right?
It depends on usage. So you can say Hitler was fucking cool, but you can't
it's just like the
I
word
was fucking Hitler and his fucking fool ass.
It's just like the word ass, bitch. There's some words that have more than one meaning. And if you say it in a way that's not, I think, sexually explicit, that's different. So you can say like, fuck you, or you're a fucking idiot. If you say you're a fucking idiot, that does not imply that you're having sex with an idiot.
I don't know if that applies to American television, though. I think in Europe
it does. I think it does.
I don't think the F-bomb flies like that, though. I really don't think it does.
I think it does.
I remember Desi Arnett saying, Lucy, I'm fucking home.
For example, I've never seen a movie edited for cable television where they would drop the F-bomb in any format.
Really? Now I know
South
Park did it with
Lucy,
shit.
I'm fucking home.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. But the difference is some of these channels when it gets to like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. they go to TVMA, and then more things fly. But
I think Tony Walker unfriended me or something. Do you think that happened?
I haven't seen him post anything.
Because I wanted to tag him in a post I made about the New York Mets yesterday because I know it gets under his skin and that's why. But I couldn't tag him so. I think that would break my heart.
I doubt that's happened. Facebook's been being really weird with tagging and stuff. Just search him. Just search him on Facebook. See if he pops up.
Does he pop up? He never pops up because he's like you. Well, he's kind of like you. He's half like you. He's got a leg problem.
Look, Tony Walker pisses me off. Okay, I have twice as many legs as him, and I walk less than him.
It's ironic that his name is Walker and he got a leg chopped off.
And he still walks. Namesake wins. Bullshit.
Yeah. Let me just see. Did he? Yeah, he doesn't even show up when I put him in. Oh, Tony Walker, friend. It does show.
Okay,
friend.
So I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I was not watching network television. I was watching that show. I was streaming.
Oh, you were streaming it? That's different. Yeah.
Yeah, I was streaming. They apparently, I mean, the reasoning is the same. Like you can say shit on television. I think ass. So there's some words you can say on television. Again, it's the connotation. If you're not using it in a sexually explicit way, you're like shit, man.
Well, you know what? Thinking about it, you have to be right because BBC broadcasts in the U.S. and they allow fucking shit and all of that on there.
They don't broadcast in the U.S. Right? They can't broadcast. I mean,
they have a BBC. Well, they have a BBC channel in the U.S. that you can watch.
But is BBC America based in the U.S. or is it just over there and they're sending their stuff to?
I don't know, but I can't stop my arm.
Listen,
I'm like, that's a caveman because I can't stop my leg. I can't stop my leg.
I can't feel my leg. But it looks like you were just giving your heart to the masses, like Elon. But like if you watch some of the Gordon Ramsay stuff on BBC, it's not censored. It's him full bore, like saying fucking cunt and everything else.
Yeah, so over our airwaves, we still cannot say fuck over our airwaves. Yeah. So
right.
the airwaves which belong to the people can't say what the fuck they want.
See, now this is not a nicest guy comment here. I don't know if you guys can see this comment here, but it's not something a nicest guy, even O2, should be saying, right?
Well, okay. If it means it consensually, that could be nice. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I've never fucked my shit. I have a tendency
my shit's fucked up. I don't know if you know Warren
This is a good. That's a good example though of how it may or may not be censored, right? Because if you say I'm gonna fuck your shit and you mean it sexually, they would probably censor all of the above. But if you're like, oh, my stuff's on fire, and you're like, fuck your shit.
Right, fuck your shit. My shit's fucked up though. I don't think they played that on the radio. They couldn't play that on the radio. My shit's fucked up.
My shit's fucked up. My shit's fucked up. My shit's fucked up, and I can't get it fixed.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mickey wants to know how you guys are doing. Now, I don't know
how are we doing.
This stuff isn't time coded over on Gov, so I have no idea.
And just shy of incredible, but north of amazing. Thanks for asking.
Why am I getting like pictures sent to me of guys in wheelchairs in dark rooms? I guess it looks like waiting for
pictures of Lily.
We have a check for you in the amount of $57,000. Yes, more fucking bogus checks for me to collect. Wow. All right, send it to me, man. With this, whatever.
Weird.
Dead air.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm starting to get jealous, Matt, because I told the first person who offered me the check, I told them to fuck off, and they said, "Man, it was $50,000." And I said, "Fuck off," because they actually said something, and then they asked for a condition. I said, "Look, either send me the money or don't. I'm not jumping through hoops. I don't need your fucking money." And he goes, "Why are you being so?" And he said, "Why are you being so difficult?" And I said, "I'm just trying to give you money." I said, "Then give it to me. Don't attach. If you're giving it to me, don't attach any conditions to it. That's what giving is."
Right.
And that was it. And then no one else ever offered me money. It's like he doesn't. What's that from Airplane? Nigga don't want no help. Nigga don't get no help.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I need to rewatch that movie. I don't remember that either.
I thought we were watching Tornado, the Human Tornado. I thought we were watching.
We're gonna have a watch party at some point.
We have to do a watch party for that.
How about Christmas Day? No, someday. No, what day? What day do we have a show that we shouldn't have a show? Should we not have Christmas Day?
I'll be at the VA on Christmas Day doing 2 shows in the psych ward. That should be interesting.
Man. Fuck you. Then can you start the show before you leave?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can do it without me. And it's not like John? I'm not like a necessary component to anything.
Well, yeah, I need your password to stream on Instagram.
Because that day,
on Instagram.
Well, because that day the bank's closed, so I'd be able to hang out as long as we want. So
no, we can't stream on Instagram anyway because that's a copyright thing. I think the only place you could have a watch party reasonably is on Twitch. And that's just hooked in. You don't need a password for that. You could just start a stream here.
So in other words, we can't start the show and do a watch party on a regular day because we wouldn't have YouTube. We wouldn't have any of the other places.
No, you could just only select Twitch, and then you could do a watch party on any day at any moment, but not on YouTube because YouTube will slap.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is but during the day, people we couldn't have a watch party. In other words, instead of the regular show, have the watch party because we lose everybody else.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
So if we're gonna do a watch party, we'd have to be just on Twitch and maybe at night and maybe on maybe on a lazy afternoon or something, or in the evening, or
yeah. So here's a thing that I ran into recently.
A car?
It's called a wall.
A small deer.
A wall.
A child.
A wall. I told you 4 times now, a wall. So 5 years ago, I had a Yeah, can we just move on?
Okay.
5 years ago, I had a Roku channel, and in order to fill up the content on the Roku channel, I went on public domain sites to look for movies that were in public domain. Their copyright is expired, that you could use whatever you want. And apparently, at that time, Monkey Business, The Coconuts, Animal Crackers, Marx Brothers movies were all in public domain. So I had them on a hard drive. I found them the other day. I just came across them, and then I wiped it off because to come on them wasn't. So I thought I could make some shorts out of these the Marx Brothers Monkey Business there and put it on YouTube and use that to get some views on the channel. I did one, and YouTube said there was a copyright strike, banned in all nations because of the copyright strike. But it's in public domain and then I looked it up. It said no, it won't be in public domain until 2027. Animal Crackers and the Coconuts are. So Monkey Business was on there. It was on public domain Library of Congress site where you could download it, and then it's not in public domain anymore. And now I got to wait another 2 years for it. That's kind of weird. I don't know. What are the rules about public domain? I thought after 100 years it would be, because it is about 100 years.
I thought it was 75 years, but I can't remember.
Yeah, 75 years, right? So that's 95 years old. That was 1930. That movie.
But isn't there another condition? But isn't there another condition to it? Like somebody else doesn't lay claim to it, like the estate, or is there something else involved in there?
Could be, but Coconuts and Animal Crackers are still in public domain. Monkey Business it's got
Animal Crackers in my soup. Monkeys and lions, loop-de-loop. I can't remember. I don't remember the actual words.
It was kind of weird watching, because I was watching a little bit of Monkey Business and thinking it's 95-year-old comedy. And we're watching these guys just hack it up like slapstick comedy. It's just that some of the stuff is still funny today. 95 years.
Last night, Dylan had asked us a question about what makes us laugh and why does it make us laugh? Some of our favorite gags and why do they work with us? And so two of my favorite gags. And I want to find something that's underappreciated, but that I still laugh at to this day. One of them is Bob Newhart's The Driving Instructor. That just cracks me up still to this day. And the other thing is, I think it's Bob and Ray. Was that them? They had they had a thing called the Slow Talkers of America. Yeah. Right?
Oh.
Was it Slow Talkers of America? Let me see who did that. That bit is so fucking funny. Let me see here. Slow Talkers.
Hey, while he's looking that up, have you guys checked out my new podcast?
Yeah. No, I didn't know you had one.
Yeah. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
It is the Friends Uncensored podcast.
I didn't know you had a podcast. How come you didn't tell anybody about it? How the fuck are we supposed to know without you telling?
It's all over social media.
You're probably gonna quit after
some people.
2 weeks.
I don't pay attention to social media much.
Actually, nope. The second episode's already out. The third, we're filming our third one Sunday, We're doing every other week. And
Who is
yeah,
we? Who is we? Who is
Myself and
we? Who is
myself,
we?
myself and my brother.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
glad your brother got ass raped in prison.
So where is it? Where can it be found?
It's on anywhere that you consume podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
So if I have
iHeartRadio.
Spotify, and what's it called?
The Friends Uncensored podcast, or if you're on social media at the FU Pod.
I don't like it.
Wait a minute. Give me a second. Let me Spotify. All right, Spotify. All right.
The whole concept was just kind of our.
GD, if you're there, do me a favor. Leave it a negative review. Say I don't like it. Matt
Now,
doesn't like it.
what's it called again?
The Friends Uncensored podcast.
What the
Friends? I don't like it podcast featuring I'm a Quitter and my in jail ass rape
and what?
brother.
The Friends Uncensored podcast.
Uncensored.
It's called I watched my brother get ass raped in prison, and I'm glad he got ass raped in prison.
I am.
He's a dick. Get off my.
The Friends Uncensored podcast. Okay, I just found it. I just followed it.
Ugh.
And
why?
Really, it says
it's going nowhere.
I try to be supportive of Friends and of Steven. Okay.
Well, to be supportive, don't follow because he's a quitter. He's gonna quit like next week.
The friend. Okay, who the f are these guys? Really? And Diddy Bubba War Games. All right. Well,
it's the whole concept was just it's our normal hangout sessions. We get high and we just talk about whatever comes to mind. And
all right, well, I did it. Okay, I did it. Okay. Now, people out there, as long as we're talking about podcasts, what makes us laugh? We had a new episode drop on Tuesday. New episodes every week. Myself and Ellen Katz. We're doing it everywhere that there's a podcast to be had. We have great reviews so far. Slaptail Nation says it's great to fall asleep by if you're having trouble sleeping. Dr. Holly Sawyer says that it's informative and funny. And that there was something else she said really nice about me, but I can't remember it now. But it wasn't about my genitalia. So
you know what?
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I'm happy
so it's
for
with
you.
Myself and Alan Katz, and we're up to episode I think 6 or 5 or 6. But
we got 2 similar reviews. We had one gentleman post on our Facebook page a picture of it up on his TV, saying how it was great to fall asleep to. And then we had another lady who sent me a picture with it on her iPhone saying she was listening to it in the car. So pretty neat.
I had somebody watching. This is like 9 years ago. Somebody was watching my thing on television, and they took a picture of it.
Did you just have like a regurgitation? Martin, it sounded like you were about to.
Well, I was trying to. They were watching. Shit, where is it? They were watching my award-winning. They were watching my award-winning comedy special. Don't wait. My parents meant well. The comedian's cut, the one that won the award for worst comedy of all time. And they were watching it on YouTube, but they was watching it on their television. And they sent me a picture. They posted a picture on Facebook and says, "My God, I can't get away from him. He's on my TV too." So
TV 2?
Yeah, they're TV 2. Big screen, TV2. Big screen TV. It's a good thing we shot it in 4K.
TV 2.
You know what though? I will say we got the lighting looking okay on the podcast. We got the audio sounding pretty good. We use StreamYard so we can have, visuals for the YouTube channel.
And y'all never invited me. What a fucking no, it's okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm used to it. I'm a black guy. I was
gonna get there.
No, you weren't going to get there. You didn't even mention it to the day. You got 2 episodes out and you wait till the day to even fucking mention it.
It's all over social media. I thought you guys would have seen it by now.
Oh, excuse me. I'm 66. You think I pay attention to social media? I put stuff on social media so that people know that I'm not dead. That's what social media is for. Social media is so that people know I'm not dead. So I post stuff.
You're not dead?
Right. If I don't post for like 12 hours, my niece starts calling me saying, "You okay, Uncle? You all right?"
Wait.
You know,
you're not dead? Who the fuck's grave was I
if I don't
pissing
post
on
something
all day
every
yesterday?
12 hours, vultures gather around my house. There are vultures around my roof if I don't post something every 12 hours. That's the reason why I'm on social media.
Matt was pissing on G.D. Ferguson's grave.
You know what?
Or Gad Henderson. You're probably pissing on Gad Henderson's grave because I'm being cremated. I'm being cremated. I don't have a grave.
Yeah.
And that's why my brother was upset. My brother says, "You're being cremated?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Damn, I can't piss on your grave." Well, he died first anyway.
Well, I want to do an initial interview to try it out because we're using StreamYard, so it shouldn't be hard to do. So yeah, I'll talk to my brother. Maybe you can jump on this weekend potentially.
I don't want to jump on you guys. That sounds so homophobic.
TD was going to jump on your brother.
Yeah. First of all, without his consent, even if I were inclined to do so, that's not my style.
He's a weirdo. He'd be down.
But I'm not down. I'm not down with it. No. It's fine. I wrote 2 bits yesterday morning. I woke up and wrote 2 bits, and I did them for Dylan last night. And it's funny when I do stuff for Dylan because he'll laugh and then he'll pick it apart. You know, he's like, yeah, okay. You know what's wrong with this? I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with it. After he laughs, he goes like, okay, now let's pick it apart. I recommend Dylan. This is my Dylan Brody promo. I recommend going to Active Voices, checking out the Dylan Brody's humor podcast. I mean, not humor pod, his humor workshop, and also his poker workshop. He has a workshop for poker. If you like to play poker, Texas Hold'em, that's his specialty. He has a program for you, so you too can make money playing Texas Hold'em. Go to Active Voices Production. Yes, you too. You too can make money playing. Actually, he doesn't guarantee that you can make money playing poker. He's no.
Are you ready for this? Because I don't know if I am.
14 seconds of Matt? Sure, let's try it.
This is not me. I was hosting an open mic, and this guy came up. I'm not sure what this is going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to be awful. So let's.
Wait a minute, is this a comedy open mic or a music open mic? Would you know? I think I love nowhere. I met you.
I don't know.
Was that William Hung? Was that William Hung?
William Unhung.
He didn't seem that hung, but I don't know. That came up in my Facebook memories. I don't remember that at all. It must have been 100 years ago.
It said 10. It said 10 years ago. You're dyslexic.
Oh, so you know what it is? It's the night my mom. I went and got my mom's ashes from the funeral home, and I brought them to the gig with me. I think my mom's ashes were probably in that.
Now you said it was an open mic, but that seemed like karaoke. So I'm not understanding. What kind of open mic?
No, it was an open mic. This guy bought backing tracks with him.
Oh, okay. So it's a music open mic and not a comedy open mic? Or was he supposed to be funny?
No, it was a music open mic thing at a place on the Nautical Mile, where she didn't really promote it that well, so there was like nobody in the fucking place. So I was just letting this guy do his karaoke thing with backing tracks there. But that was much better than it got much worse because it got to the point where you know how you get a drunk who, like the guy in the nursing home, I love you, you don't love me, I'm going home because I love you and you don't love me. Like that, he was just repeating
there's a song that goes, I don't love you, you don't love me. Da, 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 don't love you, you don't love me. Da, 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 don't love you, you don't love me. You,
the guy in the nursing home. I don't think that's the song he was doing. He was. This is exactly how he was delivering it. I'm going home because I love you. You don't love me. I'm going home because I love you and you don't love me.
Now, is that a real song?
I don't know.
We'll find out when we get a copyright strike.
Now to answer Mr. Beevman down there, I 8 episodes. I mean, cool, but no, there's several layers of accountability and drive to get this going. So like, for example, my brother and I, we record this in person together.
So there were no levels of accountability with this beyond classified thing that you
Oh,
quit
there
on after
was.
2 weeks?
There was no level of accountability.
I was in a really shitty spot in life. There's not no excuses. I'm not making excuses. I failed.
It sounds like making excuses.
Sounds like an excuse, not an explanation. There's there's a difference between an excuse and explanation, right?
I failed. I let you down, and I'm a piece of shit for it, and I don't deny that at all.
Wait, what was the B?
100%.
Could you say it a little slower so we can make a loop out of it?
I let you down. I failed you, and I apologize.
My trophy is gone. Somebody stole my worst comedy special of all time trophy. It's missing from my room. I'll be right back. Shit.
All right.
But no, we have like I said, we record it in person. We have a couple customers at the bank who follow the podcast who are potentially interested in sponsoring at some point and being on. We have I have a buddy who was a DJ who's not really doing that anymore, who might take over sound and video and create more of a better quality. We've ordered banners to put up in for background and shit like that. Like it's slowly building.
What was that? Oh yeah, I think the painting should come today. I just got a message from Beaver. Listen, if it doesn't come there today, I'm going to be very very angry with the post office and have to go back and say, what the hell happened here? You know what? I fucked up by not getting tracking them.
You didn't FedEx or UPS it?
No, I went through the wait, what? It was UPS, wasn't it? I don't know. I think it was UPS. Now I'm distraught. Now I'm going to be tense about this. I got to go back and check my record. Did I go to? I'm just so confused. No, I don't need this level of confusion today. Let me see something. Right.
This is confusion for you? This seems normal.
Get it, boom. I'm sorry. This is what I do when I do things that I do. I just hum bad things and try to find my record. I wrote it down. Didn't I write it down?
Is that your first special trophy?
So anyway, yes. John, if you're there listening, please, the moment it gets there, confirm with me, and so I can breathe easy. So I can breathe easy.
I found my trophy like as soon as I got up and looked around the other side of my screen. But as soon as I stood up, I realized I had to pee. So
you don't bring a cup. You don't bring a cup so you can pee and not have to leave your seat.
I have a cup, but it's got holes in it. It's more like a supporter. It's more like a supporter than a cup.
What day was this that I had to ship?
It's got holes for. It's got. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like wearing a cup because, well, first of all, I think they think that one size fits all, and they don't. And so you have to like fold it into like a pretzel so that it fits inside the cup. Oh, yeah, and then it hurts even more when you get hit in it.
I've never had a reason to wear one. I'm so glad I haven't tried. That sounds
I mean, I think the first time you notice it is when it was when the black guys started playing sports, and it's like I'm not wearing a cup. It's like,
well, so is it more uncomfortable on the dick or the balls? Because like me, I'm all balls, so that's what I'd be concerned about.
Well, for me, it was just fucking uncomfortable altogether. And the thing is, I remember Because like I said, up until I wasn't even cup wasn't even an option until I got into high school. When I played sports in middle school, not middle, I didn't go to middle school, junior high school. Nobody said anything about a cup. But when
Was
I
that
got
because
to,
plastic didn't exist yet?
I think that's what they were thinking, that you're like your 7th and 8th grade, you don't really have a penis yet. I guess. Well, but when I got into high school, it's like they gave you an equipment list and a cup was in it. And so I got a cup and a supporter, and I was fucking miserable. And
Dude.
so when I went out for wrestling, I didn't wear it. And so the wrestling coach wrestled each student to find out where we were, technically and stuff like that. And he couldn't.
Yeah, it's coming from UPS, by the way. I don't know where Hodgkins, Illinois is compared to where.
That's still it's probably delayed from weather, because I have Amazon packages stuck in Chicago.
Yeah, so Hodgkins, Illinois. How far is that from Michigan? That's pretty far.
It's probably like 3-4 hours.
As of 2:50 a.m. this morning, it was in Hodgkins, Illinois, out on the way. It says so.
Yeah, so I had the only experience I have with cups. I've never worn one, but the Jackass movies, they did a bit where the guy sat at the end of the bowling alley with a cup on, and the professional bowler threw a bowling ball at him. And I remember the cup cutting his like leg and shit, and like digging into his skin real hard when it got.
And the funny thing is, there's foam rubber around the edges of the cup.
Doesn't look like it does.
It's supposed to be.
It didn't look like it did a whole lot.
Wow. Okay, ours had foam rubber, but then again, I have not worn a cup since I was in the 9th grade. I was 13 years old. So
yeah, but how often did you get hit in it though? Because he was taking a bowling ball to the dick.
Not enough. I never got hit enough. I was wrestling. I was wrestling wrestling coach, Coach Wilgard. I think his name was Mike Wilgard, but Coach Wilgard, big fucking guy.
Did he guard?
Fucking guy. Huh?
Did he guard?
He tried. And so I was wrestling him and he couldn't pin me. And he was getting frustrated because I was just so fucking elusive. And so eventually, when he couldn't pin me, but he was so big, I could not pin him. There was no way I would, on my best day, I couldn't have pinned him if you laid him down and put me on top of him, I couldn't have pinned him because he was that fucking big and strong. So, but he couldn't pin me. And he got frustrated, so he grabbed me by the dick. I mean, just grabbed me. And I went, ah! And he goes, and that's why you wear a cup. And that was my last day of wrestling. That was my last day of wrestling. The difference is
when Steven grabs you by the dick, he's the one going, ah! Right?
That was my last day.
That's better than other jokes. I'll take it. It's better than previous jokes today. I'll take it.
So thank you, Coach Wilgard, for ending my wrestling career after one grab.
All right. It's about the time to get off the air. Now, I want to tell you about tomorrow. Can I tell you about tomorrow?
Is this the one with Elizabeth and friends?
Elizabeth Coyne. Now, I bounced the political prose poetry person, Andrea, till next Thursday. So Elizabeth could bring her friend on the program. I believe she's bringing people from the Stand By Me 40th anniversary stuff. What does that mean? I think it means Dan Pasternak will be back with us. Now, it might mean, and I don't want to get people's hopes up unnecessarily, it might mean no, River Phoenix will come back from the dead. No, probably not. But yeah, maybe Jerry O'Connell, maybe the other kid, Corey Feldman. That's interesting, right? Corey Feldman, it's like pretty interesting dude. And what was the other guy? Jerry O'Connell, River Phoenix, and not River Phoenix. Corey Feldman, and one more.
River Deep and Mountain High.
Will Wheaton? Is it Will Wheaton?
Yes, Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Maybe one of those. Who knows how much pull she's got with him? But it's out there, so we might have like Stand By Me people. Like Steven doesn't even know what the fuck we're talking about, do you, Steven?
You lost me at Stand.
I watched that movie for the first time with my wife the other day, 2 weeks ago.
And you loved it?
I've never heard of it.
No, but it was okay. I had never seen the whole thing. I'd only seen parts of it because of like clips and things. I've never seen the whole thing, and even then, actually, I didn't see the whole thing. Then I think I missed like 5 or 10 minutes.
So, she's not going to be bringing Rob Reiner. That would be my Moby Dick white whale is Rob Reiner. Can we get Rob Reiner? He's the director of the movie. But imagine being like Steven, because I'm by that I mean fat, stupid, and disabled. But being born after the ultimate coming of age. So this is the ultimate coming of age movie. What if you weren't born till 10 years later?
I thought that was Porky's.
7 years later.
Right. I thought Porky's was the ultimate coming of age movie.
No, the Human Tornado. It was the ultimate coming of age movie.
Yeah. Well, hey,
right, so how would we work that? So how would we work that? When would we watch it then? Is that something we'd have to do at night, like a standalone thing?
Probably.
I think so. Yes.
Catch me at
Go
Cheers Pub, Cheers Bar and Grill, South Bend, Indiana. Next Monday. I don't know what the date is off the top of my head.
What are you gonna be drinking? You'll be drinking there at the bar?
No, I will be. I'll be doing the mic there, so it'll be fun. Come hang
You'll
out.
be doing the mic?
Yeah.
Is Mike the bartender's name?
Nope, the open mic. It's an open mic. It's comedy.
Well, I'm assuming it's open. Otherwise, why would you stick it in there?
It's a Thai meat open mic. He's a producer in the area. He does a lot of gigs, and I'll be there. And then, like I said, I think I'll be at the next Slaptail open mic.
This is a bringer show. What you're saying, it's a bringer show, and people need to come to, because you're nobody without somebody who loves you.
Tonight I will be at the trivia, Family Feud trivia at Stables, and on the 12th I will not be at the show that they booked me for, that they asked me to perform on, because they didn't give me the fucking information in time. So I will not be in Ohio on the 12th. And that's up to them.
Yeah, you have time. The 12th is until 2 days from now. You have time to get there. What do you mean in time? You got the.
No, I have. Look, what
do you got? Stephen Ortiz-itis? Is that what you got? Your inflammation of your Stephen Ortiz?
No, I have to make arrangements. I just don't up and leave my family and stuff in my house. I don't do that. I got shit to do.
You're not really black then.
Yeah, as I say, that's definitely out of character for sure, man. That's
you're just faking this black stuff. You're actually a white dude in black.
I bet he gets off here and he wipes his face off and he's as white as Matt. Yep, I guarantee.
Don't know. It's not like you're leaving your family. You're gonna come back after the show. Except Friday.
It's a matter of principle. If I'm going out of town and I have to stay the night, I have to book a hotel. You
don't have to. Steven didn't stay the night when he came all the way to New York. He went right back to Indiana.
No, he stayed the night. He got there the night before.
No, I stayed the night in Pennsylvania at a buddy's house.
See, but they're still staying the night.
But it was that was on a whim. But speaking of Matt, though, don't forget to check out the latest episode of Slaptail Squad podcast, huh?
What was the Matt Napo on it?
I'm disappointed. What was the point of doing it on video if it doesn't have video? Because I was making stupid faces for the crowd, for the audience. I just thought my stupid faces were going to be the highlight.
StreamYard decent. StreamYard's decent for the raw audio.
I had my dick out.
It'll give you separate tracks. It'll give you separate tracks for for everybody.
It makes the distribution process really easy, which is really nice.
Why did I have my dick out then?
Habit.
Don't you always?
Well, that's a good point, I guess.
Well,
were you trying to entice Swan away from her husband?
Swan is the killer of boners, so no.
Listen, that would be an impossible thing.
Yeah,
I mean, for me.
Do you not listen to the Slaptail? Do you not listen to the podcast?
Yeah, listen to it. I understand why she's the killer of boners.
Yeah, killer. Yeah, that's
the false name. Oh, because he also says she's a heart-shaped ass.
I can't confirm nor deny that.
I'm just saying. So, this is all talk? Well, I don't understand.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I don't check out people's wives, generally speaking. And then
I do.
I do, and listen, I want
If
to
you're
just
not,
give
if you're
credit
not
where
a
credit is
friend,
due.
if you're,
I am
okay,
very impressed by John's fishing
listen,
ability. He caught himself a pretty fish. That's all I'm
listen.
saying.
She's a beautiful woman, but I don't check out my friends' wives. If they
Then
were
how you know
strangers,
she's beautiful?
Yeah,
because I
you're a
look at her
liar.
face.
You're a fucking liar. You checked her out.
I don't
Okay.
sexualize my friends' women. It's just
How
I
would
didn't.
you
That's
know
not
she's a
sexualizing. You're not sexualizing
I
just
said
because
she
you
was
look.
beautiful. I've looked at her face. She's a beautiful
That's a
Okay.
lady.
checkout. You checked her out.
Yeah. What's the difference between looking at her face and looking at her ass? You're just still looking.
I don't know.
Fucking liar.
Respect.
You're just ashamed that you checked
It's
her out. That's
disrespect.
all.
No,
Okay. To me, it's
I'm just not
disrespect.
an
Okay.
animal.
Look, John went out of his way. John went out of his way to get the best woman he possibly could for a
Yeah.
reason. He wanted his
Yeah.
friends to go, damn, look what John got.
Damn, look at
Okay,
that
and so
trophy wife
John
you
can
got.
say, look what I got. Not like that skank
Right.
that old Paul has. Look, you see what Paul's wife looks like? And look
I
at
don't
my
know. I
wife.
don't envy.
My wife has a
I don't.
heart-shaped
I
ass.
don't
My
envy
wife has
people.
real cleavage. Not like Paul's wife. Paul's wife is like 400 pounds and
I
has
don't
no
know.
tits.
When I look at Beefman and Swan, I don't think, man, what a lucky dude to have such a hot piece of ass. I say, man, that's a badass
I didn't
relationship.
ask you
Look
to
how much
say
fun they
that. I'm
have.
just saying, just acknowledge
Doesn't
the fact
matter.
that she's an
Doesn't matter
attractive
what you
woman
say.
and that John went way above his pay grade to get her.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
doesn't
thought
matter
that was
what
what
you
that
say.
saying.
It doesn't affect the checkout, non-checkout, your credit card bounced paradigm.
Right.
Okay.
You can say that John has an attractive wife without being all sexualized about
I
it.
did say that.
Yeah,
You
no,
just
you
got
said
to
she had a
perk out
beautiful
on
face.
everything, you
I
fucking
said that
pervert bastard.
because you said
You
I didn't say
said
nothing.
she had a
I didn't
beautiful
say anything.
face, which implies that you didn't look beneath her neck.
Right.
yeah, that's generally speaking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the goal is to
look,
not.
in the introduction, when John introduces people, John writes, okay, since we're talking about John says, what? I'm fucking hot? Maybe my pay grade. I was the hot one in the relationship. Was. See, that's the active word. You were the hot one in the relationship.
This is why she won't sleep with him.
I've never seen his ass, but I don't think it's a heart shaped. I would doubt.
Now,
probably kidney shaped. No, John's is probably kidney shaped or something.
John has a
maybe
nice
maybe it's brain shaped and it's got like a tumor.
Oh, now that's okay. Is Swan your friend?
Yes.
So why are you checking her spouse's ass? You just said you don't check out your friend's spouse's asses. So now you have a double standard. You have a double
Rewind
standard.
Rewind the tape. I said I don't check out my friends' wives. I said I don't check out my friends' wives, is what I said.
So you check out their husbands.
Sure.
Oh, that's such a double standard.
100%.
They are equals in the relationship.
All right. I think we're way over time.
My wife and I are equals in our relationship.
We just dedicated 7 minutes to John's wife's ass.
Well, not just the ass, the entire package.
That's not.
I was actually dedicating to my respect for John, because you look at what he has to offer. Other than two degrees or 2 master degrees and a PhD or something, other than a successful career and being a former vet, he has nothing. Okay, he's barely attractive. He said he himself says, I was the hot one in the relationship. He's not anymore. So he's barely getting by. At the
end of the day, I love the Beefman and Swan. They're awesome. I'm proud to be a probationary member of the squad.
When they say you're all that in a bag of chips, John is all that in a bag of Oleans. Okay, those are the chips that gave you anal leakage.
By the way, I just want to, just before we get off the air, and this is not really important, but in my mind I have to say it. You can, if you don't mind, when this show is off the air and we're not live anymore, leave a comment under the on-demand version of this video, because it helps with the algorithm and all that. It supports the cause. And also, people might not know about the hype situation. I don't know about that. I don't.
You sent me the thing. You sent me the thing, and I did that. I thought I did the hype thing where
I thought I did
hype,
too.
baby, hype it. If you could hype it. I mean, I don't know how YouTube is telling me it will work wonders for our numbers. You know, the numbers have been going up, so I can't complain about that, but I am complaining about that. But if you could leave a comment, I know the chat room, but that chat room stuff doesn't count on the algorithm. The live chat, you got to go in when it's on demand and say, Napo's say bad things. You could curse me out. You could say this show sucks. Why does anybody watch it? Or listen to it, or any of that kind of stuff.
In other words, do for Matt what you don't do for the Reverend.
Right.
People don't.
And also, did we learn anything about dyslexia here today? Because
I didn't. I learned that he misspelled the word here on his own website.
Why would you? That is so low rent to be
Dude,
pointing
he
that
has
out.
dyslexia, you fucking ableist.
The way you point that out is you private message him that. You don't fucking say,
I don't feel like private
in front of the whole fucking world. Let's just take your pants down, show your little tiny dick to the whole fucking world, buddy.
First of all, he's dyslexic. If I send him a private message, he may not understand it.
I can't hit B.
Second of all, no, the whole world isn't watching this. I mean, let's just show your tiny little dick to the 8 people who happen to be.
All right, hold on. Oh, never mind.
So I send him a text message, and he doesn't understand what I'm writing, and he goes, "What? Bet on number 4 in the 5th race?" I said, "No, I said you misspelled here on your website." And he's going, "What? The Lakers are number 3 in science?" What? No, God damn it! So
okay,
tie in the bed, throw out the window.
That's why you got somebody dyslexia. You speak with them and you ask them your website. What's up with that shit?
Does dyslexia normally lead to, like, when someone asks you a question, you have to go into a 15-minute spiel about imagining something?
I don't remember. Did that happen?
Yeah. I was trying to ask him about the funding, and he went into, like, imagine this, and this plus this, and this plus this. I'm like, dude,
no. See, Stephen, here's the deal. Which you don't really. He's a lot of times people have knowledge. Let's say they have knowledge on 10 points, and you ask them a question about an 11th or 12th point, they will flip it around so it's about one of the 10 things they do know about.
That's what he did.
I need one of you guys to turn your head and cough. Could one of you guys turn your head and cough? All right, I think you got a hernia. That his favorite phrase is, "I'd like you to imagine."
Dude, he said that at least 7 or 8 times.
I think that's his safe word. I think when he and his girl are together, she goes, "Daddy." He goes like, just imagine.
For a second there, I don't know if I was talking to Yoko Ono or John Lennon. I felt like I'd like you to imagine. So. All right, that's it. Let's get the fuck out of here because I have to paint. I have to paint today. I have a paint party coming on with a wine glass painting party for a painting I've never done. So I have to teach myself how to do that painting today.
And I have to practice some of my song parodies for something I'm doing. So I got to practice some of my song parodies. We got to write some new material. I have to work on a flyer for a show. And watch what makes us laugh. I mean, listen to what makes us laugh. Everywhere you
get officially changing his name to GD Yankadick. Yankadick. Not Weird Al Yankadick.
And that's the funniest fucking thing Matt will say all day.
I don't know.
I'm changing GD's name in my phone right now to that.
All right. You know what I'm changing my name to?
I don't know, but you should probably turn on your radio.
That's it.
Oh
to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me.